Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Shroom Chronicles. I'm Nylock, or Colin, from 447. Above me? Above us? I guess it is technically above us, but above us we have Tom from 1216. We have the OG Bun Queen, 8 wide, from 1003.
Hello.
And our special Shroomie guest is Alteron. Did I say that right, Alteron? Did I say is that the right?
Yep, you got it good.
Alteron from Alteron, originally 1023 and currently in 1006. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Excellent. I like when I kind of get that right. Excellent. So yeah, hello to chat. I see a lot of people chatting. Oh gosh, Snowy, Peachy's here. Peachy, Kitty. Hi, Kitty. Zin, I don't know. Zin has his pants on still? Wow, that's crazy. Big boy Bruce in here. Akane, Uzi, Keller, Fox. My gosh, so many people. Valencia, our Victor. I'm trying to get everyone here. I don't want to forget anyone.
Yeah.
Boy Bruce. Bruce. Oh yeah, big boy Bruce. Egg. Okay. Blink. Come on. Oh my god. I'm about to pass out because I just said too many names. Alteron. Tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
A little about myself here. So I actually, I am about 31. Do a career of doing resin work here, and started my Shroom adventure with Legends of Mushroom here, probably of last year. As soon as it first started in April, sometime around that time, and it's been quite the adventure from here. Moving forward.
So day one player, right?
Yep.
So day one player. I actually don't remember. Was the first year anniversary March or April? I don't know. I should know that. March, right?
March. Yeah, it was early March.
I think it was early March. Yeah, they did a little earlier.
Oh, okay. And then you started in 1023. You're currently in 06. Who are some of the other like monsters in 06 aside from Alteron?
The other ones in here. I mean, we actually did get merged in with this with Fairy Tales family here, along with the goats as well. A few of them.
Oh, the goats. Okay, I know the goats.
Yeah, from 1030 was also in that merge with us into our new current home of 1006. And you see the other one here. We have Court, which is the leader of Fairy Tale. We have a few other ones here. We have to my main people here. We have Rainmaker as well. We have Calamity Jane as well. And of course, there's many to name. At least you deserve a shout out.
Calamity Jane was actually the person who reached out to me saying you would be perfect to come on here. So shout out to Calamity Jane.
I do greatly appreciate her. She's been a wonderful friend here throughout my adventure throughout LOM, and we've actually been duo partners here in the tournaments randomly here. I do trade off with Rainmaker as well, just to have fun with friends whenever we have our shot at it.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at Kitty's comment. Y'all, this is her quote. I'm not saying this. Y'all always don't sound like what I thought. Thought Alteron's strong ass would just speak in grunts. So that would have been kind of fun. Zin's pants are off now. Everything feels right. Now it feels right. A less than average Morty's here. What up, buddy? So there's, I can say this. There's been some talk for quite some time since the beginning of May, well over a month now, about the merges. The first round of merges in May. Seems like some servers, 1001, 1003, and some others, got some pretty insane 1280. Got some pretty insane merges, while there's some others that got not bad merges necessarily, but it just didn't feel as balanced. And I don't know, I'm curious about your thoughts on this, obviously, that's why I'm bringing it up. But I don't know the right way they could have been done. I'm curious on 8's thoughts too. Like, how they could have been done in a more fair way. What are your thoughts, Alteron?
As a fairway here, I mean, it would have been nice at least to have a look at for like power balancing throughout like all the servers here, at least to kind of tweak what would have made sense between a drastic jump from like a big powerhouse merge to like a more balanced version of it here, along with obviously here since everyone's from a different time zone as well. So especially like taking these for ours for example, it's a little kind of odd when we had Brazilian with like a with the US here type deal synchronizing because not everyone's on at the same time during like attacks in the morning versus they are randomly throughout the day for a small example. So it's just kind of like you have either an active family all at once like in the morning, or it's definitely stagnant throughout like all the merging type, at least for at least with how they kind of brought together.
Well, like, how many hours are you apart from Rafiki? If that's something you're willing to share, like
Apart, like time zone wise.
yeah.
Rafiki never sleeps, so like we're pretty much
Oh, then
conjoined
it's
at the hip.
Okay. Then
He's a bad example.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I think all servers, you know, I mean, because, well, not all servers. That's not fair. No servers are the same, but it's it can be challenging, obviously, if there's people in all kinds of different time zones. And I know in 447, there's lots of people that are just asleep at reset. So it's harder for them in, like, say, Cross Arena or something like that. Or, like, taking a lot, someone hit, like, a minute too early and it closes at, you know, 23:59 in, like, 30 seconds or something, you know, one of those things. So it can be tough.
Well, I can give a small example. Like, for example, we do have some even for, in our current family here, for example, who are from Spain. So by the time I'm getting off work, it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning for them. So it's like another in between, like for like a lot take at that time. It's like I'm not gonna ask anyone to give up sleep to be on.
Why not?
Those who got really
the comments have been going nuts this whole time, talking about how swole. But yeah, 8 is swole as fuck. Agreed. H is like, why not? That's why you don't win. She didn't say that, but maybe it's like part of why I'm having this, you know, Alteron is because of, you know, 8's subconscious awesome swollenness over there. But yeah,
this was my elevator for today. I didn't even change for you guys, but I think we touched on like the server merges. I think a couple of shows ago, they, you know, ultimately decided to divide it into 6. You know, the early 100s. You know, they 101, you know, 02 was, you know, pretty active. 3, 4, 19, 21, and 24. Well, 7, I guess, should have all been separated. Like, just separate those and then just put, you know, other servers. Just divide them evenly. But maybe not even 02, but definitely 1, 3, 4, 19, 21, and 24 should have all been separated. And, you know, and those like are the base, you know, the base servers, and merge into those. The way they did it was just didn't make any sense.
Interesting is the best word to put.
I guess so. As you guys remember Fruit by the Foot?
Oh my god,
You remember that shit?
yeah.
Alteron? You remember Fruit by the Foot, Alteron? You're cool? Yeah?
Yeah, I recall.
So I got this knockoff called Fruit Tape. I've been saving it. So I'm going to be going through this, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Fruit by Anita.
Yeah. Fruit Tape. Oh, it's not even like you know, I wanted like gross red dye. It's like regular apple. What is this? This is like brown, like gross. Sorry. Anyway, sorry about that, Alteron. This looks more like fucking bacon than it does like whatever. Sorry. Now I'm just disappointed.
Because you get the berry one, that's why. You get the berry one, purple and red.
For those who have it on their bingo cards, that's Nylock Rant 1.
Oh yeah, that's one. Oh, there are many more. This one's called Swirly Strawberry, but it looks like fucking prosciutto or bacon or some shit. Anyway. Oh, Kitty here. What up? Oh, we do have a quick question. Actually, I wanted to get to this one. Kitty asks. Kitty very desperately wants to know. It's all caps. Why you hate me? That's to Alteron. You man's been whooping me like a stepchild for a year. So what's going on there?
I mean, if you run into a wall, that's on you. I don't attack anyone else.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better. Like, if you throw yourself into a wall, that's on you.
Oh gosh, of course these two Marshall sages would agree.
I am not a bully. I don't bully nobody at all.
Gosh. So, okay. All right. Before the show, you told me you've been Marshall Sage since day one. Mm-hmm. So, Marshall Sage from day one. I'm trying to think of this mentality. So, 8Y is gonna get all this stuff instantly. I'm just trying to think like, back in the very beginning, all just classes to choose from. All three of them. Well, actually, 6 technically. Sorry, 3 and then 2 in each class.
Yep.
And you're like, like what about Marshall Sage's like description where you're like, yes, that. Which aspect of it?
So for me, this is like my straight run through majority of my games. If it has like a paladin looking class, I'm taking the paladin class.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, if you tell me I get a shield, which kind of doesn't mean that much now, really. Doesn't mean that much now. Kind of, it's just there, really. It goes away real quick. But I like the aesthetic of the look in the very beginning. I just like the way like aesthetically it looked, and some of the skills were kind of neat here from the changes here from like, actually like throwing like heavenly swords down when you activate the class skill, which I thought was a nice touch, at least for aesthetic wise.
Okay.
But what?
I know please stop me when I inevitably say something wrong, but I feel like the quote has always been something along. I know you will. I feel like the quote's always been something along the lines of, like why you selected Sage was I wanted to be quote fat and annoying, right?
Yeah. I just want to be fat and annoying.
Yeah, I mean, like, that tracks. I get that mentality. Like, like Pokemon Go, if I'm making a team, I'm always throwing a Snorlax on my team, or, well, not Blissey. Blissey's pretty bad in PvP. But, like, that mentality, where it's just kind of like the anchor, like, as you guys said, the brick wall, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, I can dig that. All right.
Well, and Sage had a different passive when it was, they changed it, the second update or something? The first passive was, for every 10% HP you were down, you got a 3% damage resistant bonus. So it was even more it was more tanky. We didn't have there wasn't the you couldn't get up to 5, 6, 7% regen. You had 2.5%, but it was the damage resist increase. Instead now it's just a flat, and I think it was 30%, and then they cut it to 15. It was something crazy. I mean, it was crazy.
It feels like
so
it's still there. Like when you're fighting a Marshall Sage, when you get them low, holy shit, they just start taking no damage.
Yeah.
True, especially now with that fucking wolf that Calm didn't tell me to buy. Thanks, Calm. I'm never gonna let it go ever. I saw the eye roll.
Just buy every item just to be safe.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Well, myself, I regret not getting the 8-bit back piece. I regret not getting that one because that's all I see. The second, I think the second last event here when they had the 8-bit event here. Yeah, the one
like minus 10% regen, minus 10% something else. That one?
No, it was the gamer one that gave you with the game controller mount and stuff like that. That was an 8-bit gateway, and it gave you 10% defense, and then
16% defense.
Yeah, it was it was kind of like a better peppy version, basically. Those who were around for the peppy events at that time, but it was just a better one of that as stages as your health dropped and everything, but a more defensive orientated back piece.
So
I don't have it either.
I've never tried it.
Full paragraph is increases defense by 16% after the battle starts. After 15 seconds into the battle or HP first drops below 70%, increase attack by 10%. After 30 seconds into the battle or HP first drops below 30%, increase damage res by 10%, and restore 10% of lost HP per second for 10 seconds. So it's a decent tanky back.
Do you know who would like that back piece a lot just from the first sentence? You know who.
Oh, F2P.
F2P Shroom, our last Shroomie spotlight.
He's probably got that.
I'm shocked he wasn't, raving about that back then. I see Trippy in the chat. Hello to Trippy. What up, man? It's been a while. I see you're back up in Legends because you choose to be back up there. Let's see. The Abandoner, blah, 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 blah. Morty has a 2-part question. I don't know why I jumped into questions already. But this one also caught my eye, so I'm going to ask it. So Morty wants to know, 2-part question. Part 1, can you beat Calm? If yes, continue to question 2. Can you beat Calm?
I can honestly say no.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, class advantage alone is going to Calm because he's Prophet right now. But, I knew you both have monster stats, but I didn't know the answer. So, okay.
I still think I'm a Guppy still, compared to most stats.
He said, the second part of his question, which is now, moot. Can you bully him for me? I've heard you're a regen god. He is a regen god. A-White is the OG Bun Queen. Alteron is,
He's
Alteron.
older than me on the game. Yeah, he's day one. He's older. The OG Sage.
Yeah, back in the day of crit counter. Not crit counter, it was combo counter at that time. Back with that thing. But, yeah.
Ignore that, Colin. You could ignore that for now.
Okay, got it. Yep, got it. Done. Ignored. All right, let's move on with our other awesome questions that we have here. So everybody that's been playing this game for a long time, especially a day one player, you meet all kinds of people in cross server. Everyone finds different, groups of people that they kind of interact with, chill with, talk with on Discord, here, there, where else. What are some people that you know from cross, or people that you were happy that you got to merge with, like that you're in the same server with now, or just anything like that? Who are some people you spar with? Anything along those lines? Who you chill with, Alteron?
Well, I actually chill with Snack here whenever we do go against the cross server and everything. She's a really fun person to go against and chit chat with here. Going with the goats were really fun because they are quite really fun characters. I do like their conversations, and I do enjoy going up against Kitty here when we do, because they definitely are one of my favorite people to see here in cross server, chit chat with. And going against Blank here as well. Blank was really fun. I got to first meet them in AOD, I think our second season here.
I don't think I've ever heard that sentence before. Going back and going at Blank was fun. I don't think I've ever heard that sentence before. So that's cool, right?
Well, it's nice to have a goal.
Yeah.
I have been able to go back and forth with Blank a little bit here and there, depending on what set he has at the time. But it was very fun. Probably one sentence what hasn't been said here. It was very fun at one point to go against Will. One time, Lisa able to win a defense for once in AOD.
Nice.
So that was a big achievement for myself at that time.
It's a big achievement for anyone ever.
I think he was messing with Tamer during that AOD. I think that was the fourth one. I think at that time. So that was a really fun interaction there. That, and I've seen A-White here a couple times as well.
Oh yeah.
And Code as well, and there's hundreds of lists, but it's all very nice to be able to play with those who are still with us here, playing and having a fun time.
I think my internet's being a little wonky. If someone else can carry on with the next couple of questions,
Yeah.
if I can even be heard right now, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Just tell him no.
Oh wait, what is going on? I think it's Discord. Are y'all still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I hear just fine.
What is going
YouTube
on?
got all jangly up on me for a second. Alteron roboted just for a second, but then my internet got weird, so I'm not sure. Oh, you sound great now. I heard everything you said.
Okay.
Well, we lost all the. What happened? We lost all the.
Snowy saying
Discord
Discord is being.
Hmm.
Fox said video came back for a moment.
You
What?
mentioned blank, and that's what happens.
What? Yeah. What happened there?
Blank is hacking, is what Morty says. Blank the stream. I guess as soon as Blank came on, like no one can see us and everything's frozen.
What the heck? The
Like we can see the chat moving, but like your gameplay's frozen and there's nothing else. Like I'm guessing that OBS disconnected or something.
no OBS, the gameplay's still going. I was just trying to fix.
Oh, is it? Do I not have?
What happened?
Oh,
I see
do-
it going.
Moving now. Sorry, I apologize.
I had minimized it.
There
to try
we
and
are.
figure- Are y'all?
Yeah, I think I see us.
Oh
Are we
wait,
good?
no,
Oh, wait,
it's
no,
not
no,
again.
no.
I was gonna say
no,
I
no.
don't see us.
Came back for a second, and then it was gone.
Do I have to leave that
Gone
up now?
again.
We have-
Video's gone, and we have that. Oh, I think we're back now.
Okay,
I see it.
maybe I
I see
can't.
it.
Somebody said it's gone again, so let's see
Weird.
here.
FM just said yes. Video is back from Fox.
Okay. Well,
All right.
I'm not touching that screen anymore. I think it was something maybe Discord was whenever I minimized Discord. So
Yeah,
hands off.
Pokey saying we're playing Peekaboo. What up, Pokey? Fox, Peekaboo. Yeah, we played a little Peekaboo. No big deal. So before the weirdness started, all I heard was Alteron. Just talking about casually beating Woo. No big deal. You know.
No, on defense. That is offense is a whole
That's-
different. That's a whole other
Hey,
thing.
a win's a win. Win's a win.
A win's a win.
Yeah.
He went after you, and you won.
Yeah, he tried to break through the wall and he didn't. That's a W.
Yeah.
Wu tried
Doesn't
to
matter
go
if he's-
to Alteron, and then he was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
oops."
Doesn't matter if he's naked. A win's a win.
It happens. It happens
That's
to
fair.
everyone. Literally
fair.
everyone.
That is
So-
fair.
All right, let's see. Okay, it looks like everything's back. Hi everyone. Sorry about that little hiccup. I don't know what it is. Something with Discord or something probably. I don't know. But okay. So all of us that are still playing this game at this point, it doesn't matter really when you started. We all play for different reasons. What are some of your motivations to continue the grind, continue the push and the strive for greatness, the greatness of Alteron?
As of late, it's actually been trying to see about pushing for PvE actually lately here, since now it's kind of PvE actually believe it or not. It's actually been kind of fun here in the higher stages here, just trying to figure out okay, how can I actually win with what I actually currently have, and then make small adjustments here, especially now with the new added in divination tree adding in, now actually having monsters that have ignore percentages now, which is a little bit different than what we're all normally used to having.
Okay. Are you in like a cult? Like what level are you? Which stage?
I think I'm in let's see here. Actually, I came open here. I was trying to minimize a little few things here. I am actually on stage. I think I'm in. Let's see. It loads up here in a second here. I'm currently in Miracle 968.
Oh
right
shit!
now.
So you're like right. Okay, so you're almost okay.
Real close.
Now this is done as a material sage, not an archer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy.
So that's very impressive. Okay.
But
Wow.
slowly
That's
making
wild.
making slow movements as the warrior up the line. Slow.
You know what they say? I mean, Nerf warriors. They
Who
shouldn't be
says
able to push.
that?
They shouldn't be able to push PVE like that. So I
Speaking
mean,
of,
clearly they need
Cut
a
him
nerf.
off. Cut him off
Well, you
altogether.
see, that's why we're the front line here for when we're doing group content here. Like for when we're doing the snow, for example. Here, someone's got to stay alive in order to beat the boss at the end. That's our job.
speaking of this Nerf Warriors idea, that I can't remember what genius came up with it live. You know, this idea on the on this very show, the idea to Nerf Warriors. I can't remember who it was, but now that we're here, Martial Sages, the issue, air quotes, ignore counter doesn't really work. They're not using crits. Crit res doesn't work. Counter damage res, meh. I think that is the only issue I have. I'm not saying to nerf warriors, but that's the only issue I have.
I
Like with
know.
Warbringer, I can still do crit res and counter damage res and like have a way around their stuff. But like basic attack damage res doesn't even work for like the like all the other shit. Like, I think that's the idea at this point, at least in my head, which is like, well, it doesn't seem quite balanced yet. Whereas like every other class, like we've all seen this rise of tamer. In 447 today, we had like two of the top players switch to tamer. We're seeing like a lot of tamers in our own server, but and then obviously in peak and in elite, I'm assuming there's a ton of tamers.
For sure.
But elite with tamers, and I'm seeing it all over. Like in Legends, I'm seeing Martial Sages with like 70, 80, 90% PAL damage res all of a sudden. That wasn't a thing like a week or two
I
ago.
think I lost internet. Am I back? Am I back?
I think it's moving for me, and now
Oh,
it's like
okay,
okay.
we're back now.
Now, I think that storm that rolled through must have messed with something.
You're back.
No. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're back.
Yeah, because I'm watching it. Well,
and it was like mid rant, so I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. Anyway,
Tamers.
whatever.
Everybody's running power res. I remember that
Yeah,
much.
Martial Sage, everybody. Martial Sage's prophets. I'm seeing everybody like the meta is shifting because of the rise of Tamer, because of the Divine Riz. Pow Riz ends up kind of sucking, which I think sucks. But Pow Damage Riz, everyone's moving up that Pow Damage Riz. I see it for every class. But I think that's the thing with Martial Sage specifically, is that it's not very kind of cut and dry as to how to beat it. That doesn't mean Martial Sage is unbeatable. That doesn't mean I think that it should be nerfed. That's not what I'm saying. But
it should be nerfed.
What part should be?
The fact that their HP percent damage scales off of basic attack, but doesn't get.
But basic attack doesn't really
yeah,
much to stop it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only gripe I see. That would be the best way. In like Leroy was the first one to say it to me, and it would lessen their effectiveness attacking, which kind of sucks. But when you're building like a pure tank,
You're not supposed to be good at attacking. That's the point. You're supposed to just not lose.
and I mean it still wouldn't like kill their attacking altogether. It would just people who because I mean, let's be honest, shit, I don't even have the feathers to max out my basic attack talent nodes and stuff like that, or res nodes. So
Sorry, one of our mods here just made me laugh. Not Keeler, Crayola, Planky. The man goes by many names. But when we came back, he said that's what you get for talking bad about Sage. He's a Marsh Sage. But I'm not talking bad about him. I'm curious on getting thoughts. I'm not talking bad about Sage.
Well, and Sages weren't designed to kill until they introduced all of these like HP percent damage items. Like in crossover, like I wasn't killing people. I was just surviving. And Alteron was probably the same way. Like we weren't killing people until until Little Debbie came out, and all the Frost stuff and all this other stuff that
Little
now we're able
Debbie.
to kill. Yeah, Little Debbie.
I was like, what is she talking? Oh, I know now.
Oh yeah, Little Debbie.
For those that don't
We weren't-
know, Pagoda. They're talking about Pagoda, but ever since 8 said that it looks like, you know what? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Little
Little
Debbie.
Debbie cake.
Yeah. It was actually Keylor, Crayola, Plank, this man of many names. He was telling me that Pagoda and Staff of Hermes essentially do the same HP-based damage, because it's 6% every 6% max HP damage every 10 seconds per Pagoda, versus 3% max HP every 5 seconds. Is this correct?
I'm pretty sure Hermes is based off of skills used.
Oh, every 2 skills. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
I mean,
Especially on Prophet, at least, Hermes comes out ahead.
Fair.
yeah, because they're able to cycle skills a lot
Yeah.
faster than.
Triggers every 2 active skills, 3%. Target max HP.
Fair. And yeah, Keller just clarified that. Yeah. Okay. And it also heals. Pagoda doesn't heal. Okay. Hence not seeing as many Pagoda. I do remember when J-Hot busted out some video I saw. Marshall Sage, this was probably around January, and she was rocking Pagoda with all the, Draconic and Pierce and all the other HP-based stuff, and was, like, destroying some... Like, I don't remember the player, but it was, like, a strong player. Like, my eyes just kind of went, like, they're not supposed to be able to do that. Like, that's not supposed to be a thing. And then, I don't know how many months... What? I mean, I feel like this entire year, Marshall Sage has been top tier, which isn't bad. I'm not complaining about that. I like that each class is kind of taking turns in the spotlight. That's good. I don't have a problem with Tamer being, up there in tier 1 with Marshall Sage right now. I have no problem. Marshall Sage has been, a top tier class for a long time. I just wonder at what point, like, okay, I'm not going to go on a rant. I was about to talk about Prophet stuff and rant, but it's like, I won't. I'll keep it short. It's more like Mage is like, oh look, you have level 300 skills. Oh, but fuck your 5-star Cloud and fuck Infinite Dream. It's always like a trade-off for some classes, and that's okay in the long run as long as it continues to move. And with the exception of Ravs, kiss for my Shroomie tournament partner, Ravs, who's rocking Sacred Hunter. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right way. Like what you said, Calm, makes sense to me. Like if there was a way that like the HP based damage could be easier, like because it's based off basic attack. But like even then, like what would that even look like? Like you'd have to have like an anti Martial Sage builds, like as a Prophet, you just are rocking like a basic attack res rune. Like that's kind of funny. I didn't think about that. Huh.
It's the choice between a combo res or basic attack. Take a pick.
And in an anti, yeah. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, does that seem like reasonable to you, Alteron? If they were just like, hey, let's fix some of this HP based damage by, I don't know, like by Calm's idea. Let's
Leroy.
just. Oh, Leroy. Sorry. Leroy's
Give credit where
Leroy's
credit is
got
due.
Leroy's got all the ideas. Leroy's Tamer Guide, I feel like people have been drooling all over that shit in 447 for the past 24 hours now. Fuck.
I mean, I'm a little jealous of Tamer since they do have a wolf skill. I'm a little jealous of that, at least of that aspect of that class.
Plus, I mean, they have a 6
Sure.
PAL. Like,
It's not
That's
really
true.
fair. Like it's not that fair.
Well, maybe that might be the top end of the divination tree. Maybe a possibility here to add in a 6 pal for somebody.
oh my god. Wait, does that mean Tamers get 7? I don't like
That's
this.
what I was
I'm
about
out.
to say. Does that
I'm
mean-
out.
No. They already get 4 pals already in AOD. They don't need a set. They don't need more. They already get 4. That's enough. Everyone else gets 3. But I mean, it would be nice to have a little bit more clarification, at least for like for balance out certain like a fixed damage amount for like how max HP is determined. Um, it would be a little better to have it as like in a flat state instead of kind of like a weird calculation to it. Since it does, like saying earlier, it does go off basic attack, which is I still find a really odd aspect of it.
Yeah, it's
Same thing with like because it's kind of weird. Like even with some skills, like even being current health of like of yourself, it's kind of odd too for certain skills that take per second. It's like how does that really calculate it when obviously it should be a little higher than what we think it would be because it's a little odd.
Yeah, the calculation's wonky. It's like attack with your basic attack damage, and then a percentage of that of their percentage HP with a minimal and a maximum damage range, and yeah,
Yeah, it's just really weird for how it's
It's like the
calculated.
definition. Yeah, the definition of defense.
oh,
Well, I mean, it's if you want to kind of like more or less take like a questionable thing because it doesn't make much sense. I mean, I'm not sure if I even remember looking at like in your relics here for like the draconic essence one for like your lizard dragon pets and stuff, but how like cutting off all their current HP, which makes no sense to me because it sounds like it's talking about like the palette itself. What it's talking about, or at least how it seems like it's detailed to me.
It's your HP.
It's, oh, it's all your HP.
That's what Starlight told me. I said, "What the hell? What damage is this? They don't even have an HP. What the hell is this?" And
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, it's your HP. Like it's your player's HP, like yours."
Like-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like taking that for example, like just making it clear for like on paper wise here, at least the player can look at it and this take it as take it as it is like okay, this is max HP, so it takes 2%. Okay, that's easy enough to take it as as it is. Like okay, got it. So I take 2% of your HP, and it's clear, cut, and dry. It's understandable for everyone compared to just well, here we'll go off your basic attack percentage, add this into it. It's like okay, then it doesn't read right on paper.
Do we have
You know,
ignore? Do we have ignore basic attack damage in the tree yet?
No.
not that I know.
There's,
of, yeah.
there's only I think there's only combo, crit, and counter.
Ignore combo, ignore crit, ignore counter. Yeah.
I'm not sure past that stage yet. I'm not quite sure. It's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of the descriptions would benefit from having, and like just even the word enemy or your, just so you know, like what, like
Yeah.
like Dragonic. I for the longest time I thought it was my damage resistance that I was doing damage off of. No, it's the
Here.
target.
Yeah,
Same.
Sark and I had the same conversation, and I only knew it was the other way because you told me. Yeah.
And yeah, I had no idea. I'm like, well, no wonder why I'm not doing anything. They have 0.
All right, this guy really, whoever this is really infatuated with Calm in the chat over here.
Oh, that's swag.
I'm not gonna touch it because I like it. It makes me happy. But that's some information. You got to calm your baby bear. I mean, someone probably has asked you to do that before. I'm just saying. So you probably can guess who that is if you don't know. It seems like you know though. So, oh, okay.
Oh no, yeah, it's swag.
You already-
You never know.
Yeah. And just quick shout out because I see you in chat there. Pretty High Femme, you rule. Just wanted to say that. And then I forgot this earlier because of the video breakups and the peekaboo, like Pokey coined it. You know, the peekaboo with the video. But when I asked you way long ago about like which players you've met and friends you've made in Cross, first name out of your mouth from Alteron's mouth was Snackho, and Snack is just. I've said this about 2 people this week now. Snack is delightful. She's my partner in 846. Snack is really cool. Shout out to Snack. Who did I? The other person I said was delightful, I think, was the calm. Ravs. I
Yeah.
messaged calm and said, and I wrote the wrong name. I wrote your name. I was like, "Hey, calm. I knew they were cool, but calm is delightful."
I was
And
like,
calm
thanks,
was like,
buddy.
yeah. And calm was like, "Calm is delightful," and I was like, "Oh, I meant Rav." But calm's delightful too. Anyway, sorry, I'm ranting again. But let's see. Oh, they're back. She's swole as fuck. It's back.
Who, Snap
Oh,
him?
and Jason keeps going again. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
gonna
God.
keep happening.
Okay, that's gonna keep
What?
happening. All right.
If y'all
Alright.
haven't met Swag, welcome.
Hi, Swag.
So I learned something new this week, which I didn't know, and I thought, well, let me share it. And it was a discussion, and I think it was the 302 group, I think it was, about the mining affixes on the avians,
Oh,
and
yeah.
what they, and that was a big one. Is I wasn't noticing any or bonus gains from having the affixes on my avians. I was like, what the hell? Like, I leveled some up. I had like 15% bonus. I was like, I'm getting the same exact amount. What is going on? So, do you know what those? It's like the unrestricted. It says like increases or bonus gain by 5% or chance to double mine. And when
Yeah.
you double, like when in the description when you mine, it says like you whatever. And when you click on the avian, it says like or gained when mining, and you've got a number there.
Yeah.
What do you think that number? What was your interpretation of what these traits do?
I would. Okay, so arbitrary number, or plus 10%. I would assume I'm getting 10% more ore.
For like every 5 seconds of mining that the avian is doing, right?
Sure. What does it
Yeah,
actually?
no, you're fucking wrong. It cuts off seconds off of the 30-second mine.
Who cares about that?
Exactly.
God
I said,
damn
are you? Yeah, they're like, no, each mine has a fixed amount of ore that they're all set fixed amounts, like 18,900. So all of those affixes do is increase how much it subtracts. That's how much it's subtracting from that total. I'm like, why the hell? So I said, why would I want my 3-minute mine shortened? Why?
Fucking dumb.
So-
it's why.
So then
That's fucking stupid.
I was so pissed when I learned that. I was like, this
You
is
know what?
stupid.
And I'm just
Oh.
gonna. Man, where is this shit?
Did you think the same thing, Alteron?
I thought I was getting more as well because mine's up there a little bit. I'm like, okay, sure, I'm supposed to get more ore. Okay, because when
No.
they added that update,
Yeah.
Mind,
it was weird.
everybody's saying to use Mind Blast, but Mind Blast is basically the same thing. It's just cuts
Fuck, I
time.
have 3. I just opened
None
it
of
up.
them
I have
matter.
3 mind blasts. God damn it.
Mind Blast.
None of them matter.
5% chance to mine twice. That means in that 30-second or that every 5 seconds it mines, you basically are shaving off 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all it
You're
does.
just
It cuts
cutting time
time.
off the mining total.
So
Same.
And
there's that.
essentially, every time you mine, so your avian is getting less stamina. Because it's like, for however, like you want it to be as long as possible so that your avian's getting as much stamina for mining.
Fuck this. I'm just gonna say that. Fuck that. That's fucking dumb.
There's
That's
that
so
drawback.
dumb.
There's that drawback to the basic of, like, fine detailing would have been nice right there to actually clarify really what it does. Because we're taking it as
Yeah.
is on paper. Take it in as on paper, like, okay, double or 2 times. Okay, we think that's good, but there needs to be an extra description past that explaining what that really is.
Yeah.
So
And
the more I think about this, the more I'm stoked that I have literally only been feeding the mining team and the research team like the little food things from the beginning, and I was just stockpiling all the I don't know what you call this fucking stuff, that number, the big number up here in the shop, because they finally added things that are useful. I don't even buy like the food anymore. I just buy everything else. Like
I was
Do you
gonna
have
say,
a-
don't
do you have
forget
a
your keys.
yeah.
do you
I'm
have the
buying
pass?
all the keys, the essence, the tickets, the coupons. I'm even buying the fucking gold. I don't give a fuck.
You're gonna
Oh,
run
buy it.
out.
Yeah,
Don't
why
buy
wouldn't
it
you?
too much.
I'm not gonna run out because I don't feed anything except
Oh, that's fair.
research and mining, and I'm
You
not.
don't even have to feed the mining. You don't get less ore. It just takes longer.
Oh, that's true. You don't have to feed the
You don't even
mining.
have to feed them.
So then we literally only need to feed research. That's the only. I've been feeding just those two, but now that you're telling me about these stupid fuck, I'm so mad about this.
It just cuts off time. It doesn't add or subtract. So instead of like, where it's, I think the minimum is like 100. You get 100 ore with no stamina. So it just
why,
takes longer.
so why do they even add these stupid fucking things to the avians in the first place?
So Ronbon brought up it adding more ore, but that's literally just the difference of what you're seeing is a sand mine from a spiritual mine from a normal mine.
Yeah. 3 types of mines. The one adds more ore, one adds like picks and stuff, and one just regular. But yeah. And then Starlight was like, "Dear Shroomie, you misunderstood the description. That's not what it means." I'm like, it literally says ore bonus. What is there to misinterpret? Why would I want to cut 7 seconds off of something that takes 45?
Alright, it is just so. I'm just irritated. If we lost we lost the dungeon, like a second source of gold and lamps and shit that's actually useful. To be fair, now that they've added it back into this mystic merchant shop, to be fair, like, that's mitigated to a certain extent. That's fine. But, like, I never really liked all the stuff from the beginning. I never really fed any of the pals to protect my crops, or to maybe my crops will go twice. Or, apparently, that's got to be bullshit too, then, right?
Say
well,
what?
I mean, technically.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say technically, still feeding them still, even then as they're passively doing their specific task, it still eventually levels them up too as well. So you still get free stats eventually if you're gonna level them all up eventually, if you wish to.
I guess that's my question then. Like, okay, I have my the fucking fox or some shit. I have my fox at. It's got the little 10 next to its head right here, right?
Yeah.
What does that do? I don't know.
Depending
what does that
on,
do?
well,
the
fox. Let me look. Ooh, that's not the fox.
Well,
like why do I care about it and leveling up my pals? What does
is
that
it
do?
under research?
Yes.
So if you go into your pal tab there, because obviously since they added in like you're able to give like your pal EXP now specifically, if you wanted to get like pretty much it's like passive stats, like total stats.
Okay, so like I'm on my fox and I have my talent info, and it's 5+5 for the research one, right?
So
Correct.
So if you go actually into your management under your like manor thing, you can click the click the avian you're using for research and then click the icon for the research. Basically, the higher the mastery level, the like for research specifically, the more often or the more they're gonna speed up the research whenever they help research.
The team speeds up research by 20 seconds after the research.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, like I'm working on a second pal right now for it, and mine's only level 7 mastery or talent bonus, and mine's 14 seconds instead of 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that is really matters is the research one for your.
The research one's goated.
That's it. The other ones, they're just passive stats. All they are just you send them to work and they just get their little levels and just give you passive stats. They're like parking decorations. That's all they are. You're leveling up parking decorations. They're just avians that you put out there for work.
But for research, for the research team, those avians are like free speed up or research overtime. I don't remember the other one. And then there's another one like Chrono, some shit. Is one of those considered best? Like, should I just be stacking 3 of one type on that? For research?
Somebody's saying his chrono upgrade is best in slot affix for the 20% research time, and then but you only need one of those. I have a free speed up on there, but I still haven't checked if it actually uses one of my speed up croutons. It uses.
Check your log. The free speed up show up in your log.
So we need
one speed up coupon for free. Oh, okay.
So should we have like chrono upgrade and then 2 free speed ups? Or should we have chrono, free speed up, and 1 research overtime?
That's all 12 minutes of shaving off. Yeah.
Is my weather coming through the mic? I know I'm getting like gusts of rain. Everybody in chat's talking about it. But if y'all don't hear it good enough,
I don't hear it, but if it, all I hear is that it's calming people.
yeah.
His name's Calm. It's what he does.
Yeah.
Hello to everyone from Spain. Hi, how's it going, dude? Big boy Bruce is about to put me to sleep. Well, wake up, big boy Bruce. Wake up, Triple B. So
Kay is here. We were time out 1 second. Before I forget, if at one point, can you just show them the column, the like harvesting, like quick leveling the avians, like the food, the start, stop.
Yeah. For those who haven't seen it, here, hold on. Let me cancel work. So if you go to your plant team, if you want to power level somebody right here and you have a bunch of excess food and seed, or well, you don't even need seeds. What you can do is you can apply your fertilizer, max these bad boys out ready to harvest. And once I stop struggling clicking stuff, all you got to do is come in here to your work and then start, stop. You see how my food is just draining? And it's just gaining XP every time I click start, stop. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, that's a good way to power level them if you want that extra couple stuff, but it does burn up your food pretty fast.
okay.
Oh, yeah, I definitely should have used the fertilize all button. Thanks, Akane.
Okay.
I'm just going to hide my head in shame. Thanks, guys.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Can you show me what Aphid is using on the research team now for your avians? I'm curious.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I just have some random ones on there, I think.
The chrono upgrade, research overtime.
Chrono
and free
upgrade
speed up.
is super nice, and you only need it on there once. And then I have free speed up and just work light because I'm leveling another one, so I'm trying to save some food.
Okay, I see.
All right, I'm leveling like all my pals right now, or new ones. So I think.
Oh shit, Shroom is here? Shroom must be beating my ass up at the peak every day. Oh shit, everybody hide. Run and Shroom Rex! Okay, sorry, alright. Well, I'm glad I know that, but I'm also upset that they did it so fucking stupidly. Like, just, come on. Just word it the right way. Fuck. I don't think that's asking too much. Speaking of all this nonsense, Alteron, what, if any, changes would you make to the game?
Changes?
Yeah, what would you like to see changed in the game?
I would like to be able to bring back like past artifacts instead of paying double if you missed one by fair chance. If you did, at least be able to throw it in the spinner log, at least to give a shot for getting them again. At least to be fair for everyone. At least it's a way, at least for free to play, to still be able to get them like passively to get their 500 spinner. Because
yeah,
sometimes it's kind of rough to get a pity. Sometimes it's kind of rough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this idea with free-to-play last show about how after either X amount of time or after a grand prize has been around X amount of times as the secondary grand prize, we could put it in the spinner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind if it was like, okay, let's say Cheetah, they have it as secondary grand prize, you know, it feels like at least once every other month, sometimes once every 3 months, whatever. But,
yeah.
So they're making a fuck tons of money from it, so I get that. But after, let's say, a year, what if they threw it in the lucky spinner and it was like 2,000 coins instead of 500, like for pity? Would that be reasonable?
2,500 would be quite a bit for someone to hoard a little bit, at least to get the guaranteed per se. Which
for 42 a week, right? Actually, that is quite a lot. Okay, maybe that's too much. But what if it was like? 'Cause I feel
Like a year of saving.
But yeah, like
I appreciate the dedication.
If you really want fucking cheetah or whatever the hell it is, then you gotta wait for it. Like I don't have a problem with that. Like,
well, even just like at least if you did it like every 3 months to switch it out to like a grand prize one at least, I still think even 500 is fine personally. At least that's still kind of fair in my opinion. At least for someone who, if you're casually playing, at least like as long as at least you plug in, do the dailies, and then do your task for the spinner, at least that's pretty fair, at least in my opinion. If it's like a past one, but
that's fine.
Just because obviously it's kind of like, not everyone really wants to spend. You might get lucky on maybe the free ones you get throughout the event, but still it's kind of like if you really want that one specifically, especially if it's a really good all-around one here, because like you said with Cheetah, which that was when Cheetah came out, Cheetah was quite the mount at the time, still is.
Just game breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time that was kind of like a big thing, even though it did get nerfed. It was a longer second at that time before they brought it down a little bit, unless you max it out, if you could. But it's like that though here, where it's like you bring in something like that, where it's like I really need this at least to stay within the competitive field at that time. It's still kind of like, yeah, you need it, and at that time it's still kind of like, I don't really want to spend 500 at that time, or for pity if I don't get it. I'm kind of down out at that time of the reign of that specific artifact or mount. At least I can still be able to compete later as a free-to-play character. At least later on I can still get it. Or they added into the sky marks occasionally.
Yeah, I don't know the right way, and obviously the game has no incentive to do anything right now because people are still, every single fucking event, people are still going over after secondary grand prizes. It shocks me sometimes, like some of the ones that people are clearly going for, where I'm like, why? Who would need either of these? Okay, this is a bad example, this event and the previous one, but there's some events where both of the secondary grand prize, I'm like, who uses that? And they're still, obviously the top 3 to 5 people have clearly got it. And they're usually from newer servers, obviously, so they're like, oh, I could use it. I mean, I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out what the incentive for the game is to do this. Would it be better for the players? Of course, but being reasonable here, there has to be something for the game, like for the developers to, or the game itself to make money. Like how? And I think that's the tough part, is figuring out what's the right balance, because they can't. Well, I guess they could. They could be like, here's something better than Cheetah, fucking 5 seconds death immunity. And then they can throw Cheetah in the fucking Lucky Spinner or some shit. Like, after they've grand prize number 1, secondary grand prize fucking a dozen times, right? Like, I don't know. Oh, what Chemtrail said something here. I think the idea would be better in Starlight, make Starlight tokens savable. Then Starlight event and what's in Starlight this time will be exciting and fun. Okay.
I think we should do something with those.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, with the 500 spinner mounts in the event, you never see them again, other than what is it, like one of those vending machine ones, or the 500 spin mounts, like the watermelon, the backs. Like you never see them again. They're not the secondary prizes, in the events.
Like I missed on the time mount thing, right? I would like that come around. I don't need it, but I would totally get it because I miss it. Or the frost mount, or the one that blows everything all to shit. So you are right. It isn't just. It's absolutely right. It's not grand prizes that I'd love to see come back. That's absolutely true. Yeah.
Even put those in the rush shop, like that red car that goes boo boo boo. Like I remember when that was a spinner item. Like that was an event item, and that's in the That's in the what is it? The feather shop, the one that you can buy 6 tokens.
Yeah, that's in there now.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was an event item.
Mm-hmm.
So put all this stuff in that feather shop, the feather token shop.
As a small thing, at least this is my opinion too as well. I don't know if you guys noticed this here too as well. At least to get back to the players themselves, because even I made a question of this about them to this as well. Through Starlight is because during like family prayer week, for example, I still find it kind of odd here, at least for only the leader of the family gets the sky passes and not the other members of the team, which I find kind of a little bit unfair because of leader themselves. Because at least for a small, at least for myself, at least to be fair, at least to the players, at least even though at least with my current family and everything, is whenever the event comes around for prayer week here, it's as long as you have like the max donations for the family, which is it's free red gems. You get red gems easily throughout even just clicking on the dragon that goes across your screen freely here. So it's like it's kind of hard not to donate as long as you send like an image to me, at least saying you're participating. At least you get to be leader for like that time at reset, and at least you get your sky passes. At least it's a fair like draw, and everyone gets a fair shot at it, like a little raffle type deal thing. As long as they just give it back afterwards.
It was some time ago that 8 mentioned that they passed leader around specifically for that. We're about to do that in our family for the first time. Buttercup is our current leader. Sark left. I'm still very sad about it. I got leader by default. I gave it to Buttercup. But yeah, we're gonna try to start doing that here and there. Give it a trial run this time with me. I need all those all those feather pass thingy fucking rush shop things for 10-star cloud. Now that it's complete trash, I got a 10-star.
It's not complete trash.
Chemtrails here. We have to be over the top. And...
Well, to be fair, if you do those, having a raffle off like that, it is fun to have a little AI race here to see everyone race for it. At least that was so it's a fair race. You got no control over it. It's just whoever wins.
AI
kind of fun
race?
when you can. Yeah, that's how I do it. I use a little mini AI race with ducks here, and it's kind of nice to see like all these ducks race for like 30 seconds here. It's actually pretty fun.
You're gonna have to send me something on that after the stream.
Yeah, I can gladly do it. Yeah, and they have different ones as well. You could do race cars, horses, and a few other ones as well, just to change it up a little bit if you wish to. And you can actually save presets as well. Like obviously you don't have to keep typing in everyone's name. It makes it easier for that week. If you have recurring people who are participating, since if you don't want to, because I require them at least someone to send me a DM message like on the game, or they message me on Discord. At least I know they are participating. Because it would be kind of unfortunate to send someone and then they're done playing, and then you have to wait for the break period for the game to determine a random leader after that break.
Yeah.
Because if someone quits randomly, it's kind of like, well, we're waiting now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could do that, but it comes around once a month, and what first place family gets 3?
Yeah, you get 3 sky passes. Yep.
And then what's second place get 2?
Hold on.
I think 2. Yeah.
So I mean, we're not. It's not like we're talking about like a large amount, but obviously 0, 1 or 2 or 3 is better than 0, of course.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I hear that. Just real quick, because it's the first time I've seen them in chat. Arony, I'm probably mispronouncing your name, but hello, and then mini rant here, just very mini rant. Arony up in peak. He and I've been hitting his Martial Sage build for some time. No problems, just one of those ones where I'm like, oh, okay, like I got the stats to beat this guy. And then this guy, and I didn't hit him for a while, and then my last Shroomie tournament partner, Kane, what up, Kane? We were talking about people in peak and stuff, and he was like, yeah, this guy, Aaron, he hits me every day, every cycle, even if he's demoting. And so I started hitting Aaron again. And then this Aaron dude switches to Tamer, waits till I switch away from my anti-pal build, which I have on most of the time, to hit me again. So hats off to you, Aaron, for the waiting and such. But that's why I started hitting you again. It's nothing personal. I believe he's really late server, like 15 something. But Aaron, he messaged me on Disc. Find me in the Shroomie Chronicles Discord. I want to talk to you. I like your builds. You're a good dude. But so sorry. I had to do that real quick. Chem sees 8 and I in the chat. Yes. Uzi. We have Uzi this week in parking. We have Uzi. We got from 1369, all those peeps. We have 1302 again, Bird, Mythic, Maths, and all those crazy people. And then I forget, Kid Goku's server is the fourth one. 1402.
I know that name. I just hit him in crossover arena today.
Yeah, he's up in P. Kid Goku. He's a nice guy. He's what the fuck is his server? 1403. What the fuck? How do I not know this? Yep, 403.
Okay.
Yeah. Who do you have in parking this week? Alteron.
I have a few. I have server 1002. I got 1026 and 1003, which we are going against 8 wide this week here.
Okay.
Which it seems like we just went against you guys. It feels like just yesterday, practically. It feels like.
Well, we had 1002 and 1026 last week.
Well, even before the merge, it was interesting. Before like this last one here, I mean, we did have a random one of like only 3 servers. Those are the ones that are interesting when you only match up 3 servers to go again.
At least you don't have to worry about getting 4th.
Yeah, it's at least you get a guaranteed 3rd place at least. But it's just like like you said earlier, it would be nice to be able to place against different servers more often than it seems like. Okay, here we go back at it again.
Yeah.
This was,
Had 1002 for the last 4 weeks.
This came up with F2P Shroom, and Com I think was the one that pointed out, like, for all the other servers, right? So like Com in 1216 or me in 447, like this week we're the latest number. Like everyone's like 1302, 1369, 403. But we also faced, I think it was 501 last week. So we can look backwards, we can look forwards, but y'all day one players can only look one direction. You can look where you're at and this direction. That's it.
Yeah, those extended brackets would be nice if we were included.
More.
Yeah, if we were included, and then they'd be. I'm sure they're great, but we wouldn't fucking know because we've had 101, 102, and for 5 of the last 6 weeks.
I actually have to ask you. I gotta ask you this then, since it's 02, 03, 1026, and 06. I remember there was a Parking Wars week. I don't remember when, but 01 and 02 kind of teamed up a little bit versus 03. Is 03 getting revenge on 02 for that, or are you guys being cool? I'm just curious how that plays. The politics of Parking Wars, right?
No, we're just hitting.
Just playing. Okay.
Business as usual.
Yeah, just normal.
Yeah.
Speaking of
like the last 2 weeks. Yeah, the last 2 weeks we got I think we were 4th. The last 3 weeks, I think we were 4th. So we might be. Are we 3rd now? I don't even know. Poor 1006 is in last place. It was like a fight for 3rd and 4th.
I just feel sad. Our first Parking Wars after the merge in 447, we faced the monsters in 302, and we won. And now we're facing them and getting fucking mollywopped, and I can't figure out what the difference is. Like, I guess it's not mollywopped. They're at 2.6 million, and we're at 2.4 million. So we're not getting mollywopped, but it feels very one-sided. And let me rephrase that, because we're actually in 3rd, barely. So it's 2.62, 2.46, 2.40, and then 369. Sorry, Uzi, I'm not saying this to be a dick, but 369 is also there at 1.3. So I don't know. This is for us very, very competitive. For us, it's very, very competitive, but it's fun. I maybe who knows? Maybe Maths and Bird and Mythic and all those freaking beasts just decided they just felt like winning this time, and so they're trying. I don't know, but anyway, sorry, rant. There's like rant number 4 for those playing bingo at home, like Tom was saying.
Listen, I'd like to go against Concrete Server. You know, we've been against 1001, like Woo and J Hot. We've been against them for like the last like what 4 or 6 weeks. So like, yeah, hell yeah, I'd like to go against Concrete. Nice mix up.
So who's the latest? I know y'all saw me at 1216. Have you seen 1250s or 1280s?
No.
No. Okay.
Is that so that's the highest number that you've seen in 03 is 1216? Okay.
What about you, Alteron? What's the highest y'all have seen since the third merge?
It seems like it's been about like the same like rotation. I haven't really seen much higher.
Okay.
So to be honest.
Well, I'm gonna ask us all this then, since you just said third merge. Is Chemtrail still around here?
Probably.
I'm gonna look directly in the camera for this one. So when's the fourth merge happen? How long is it going to be? Another like? Do I need? We're going to be waiting like 6 months, or are we talking like 3? What's going on now?
Well, he's thinking. I want to give a shout out to Sister Bat. Shout out Sister Bat.
Bat's a beast. She's tearing
Yeah.
up the parking.
Yeah.
Bat too strong.
That's my tourney partner. Watch your mouth.
Bat too strong. Too strong.
Yep.
Dipdop? Wait. Dipdop, what server are you in, Dipdop? Uzi's saying he needs Dipdop in the fourth merge. And, Dipdop's... Oh, I see. So Dipdop's in 386, and the earliest he's seen is 250. After the merge. Before the merge, 350 was like, okay, alright. Okay.
Yeah, high sweeps. Yeah, 215 and 216, and that was it. Just one time each, and then everybody else has just been the first and servers.
Well,
so 03 to 216 is 213, just saying that number. And then the earliest 447 scene is 302 twice. So that's, whatever that math is, 145 or something. I don't know. I'm bad at math right now. Okay. It would make sense for the thousands to have the biggest swing, like backwards, because they can't go forward, right?
I started on 1091. I'm not a 1003 original. Like I started on 1091.
Okay.
So how far is that from 215? Yeah.
That's true. That's what we should have, Ravs. That's what we should have named our Shroomie team. Fourth merge.
From what RQ just said, y'all can possibly see at least up to 1280, but I don't know when.
Oh, 1006 had all 1200s last week.
I think 1001 has all 1200s this week too.
Yeah, I think Ravs for sure said he's against Woo. I know that much.
I'm not jealous. Just share the love. Somebody else can just share the love.
Wait, why the fuck, Fox? Why are you saying dino costume? What? What about the dino costume? I want it.
Chemtrail just leaked the next community Discord event will have the dino costume plus an exclusive frame, bubble, and title.
Yeah, for fucking one person. I bet it's for one person, and I'm not saying videos of my children. Chem, pass that along, please.
What do they want, dudes?
We don't know what it'll be yet.
All right, sorry, I apologize. All right, I went off the hinges there because I was upset.
I'm sending wieners.
You said, oh
wait,
God.
So let's draw for the dino costume again?
We don't know exactly what it'll be, but I know on the sneak peek in the official Discord earlier today, Kim said it's gonna involve everybody to do it or something. So we'll see.
Okay. That
I don't
sounds
want
better.
everyone in the server to have it. Then it's not special.
Well, if you want to be special, you could try for the Ferment Cloud outfit in your costumes. You could try for that one if you want it.
Is that the new like?
That's
body
their.
armor?
Yeah,
spend
that one.
$2,000 in a week, and I'm not doing
Yeah, that one. I like the way it looks, but I'm like, no, that's okay. That's okay.
like.
I'm not spending 2,000 in 1 week. Nope, I'm
Oh,
good.
that one. Yeah.
It looks
You
neat, but nope.
you want to know the easiest way for this game to get like a couple $100 out of me, like the easiest, fastest way? Bring back the dino costume on a spinner. Do that.
I've got another way. If they brought back like, I can only imagine you'd spend for Peppy items or like the
Oh,
bee
my
duck gun.
God.
Dude,
Yeah.
if I could get
Mm.
if I don't know how I'd have to think to say how high the number would be that I would give. I would just be like, take my money for the fucking Pepe launcher. Oh, come on, come on.
Jeepers. Do you need some time alone? Jeepers.
Oh,
I would have liked that collaboration of the Digimon they were hinting at like
Oh,
forever
yeah.
ago. That would have been nice to see.
Yeah,
you got a little-
IP issues and stuff. I mean that makes sense to me at least. Like,
4
I
minutes
mean,
for
we-
parking if anybody's plundering, by the way.
I mean, to be fair, we've only ever had 2 collaboration events ever. They could have left the stickers at least, though. You've only had the Peppy and then the duck.
No, the rabbits,
Collaboration.
right? And
Yeah, the rabbits
that
too.
rock- the
Yeah.
Rockstar one that they had the girl with her boobies hanging out, but then like it was inappropriate to like, well, you know, what's her name?
well,
Timami or something? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't know what game that's
yeah.
from.
That's true. I think it was something Neverland or whatever it was. It was some weird game like that's been shut down. I think like a couple of like years ago. It was weird.
Oh hell yeah!
I never even heard of it either until then. I was like, what? Okay. So it's a game that got shut down, but they're having a collaboration. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, it checks out.
Yeah, but it would be nice if they would have left the stickers though, because some of those stickers were pretty nice though.
Hmm.
Have the fun.
That bee duck one where it's like lifting,
Yes, take a lot.
and the
take us
rabbits
out. Yes.
with they were nice.
Yeah, I mean that would have been easy right there. Just leave them in. But but yeah,
Even just an option to buy them during the event.
yeah, like just
Yeah,
like
I probably-
our ones,
I
like
prob-
for the costumes.
Yeah, just like even if it was like 99 cents for like the pack, like, and then you could keep them and have them to use.
Yeah, because it's kind of like even it would be the same thing how they're doing like the lamp genies type deal thing here. It's like here's the thing, but just it's stickers like you said, like 99 cents here and call it good.
Yeah, just even those emotes, like just to use them. Like, yeah, the Peppy one, boy, they were. Yeah, now that you're
They were
mentioning
great. They were great.
Mhm.
They're just but like why take them away?
I just want to shoot fucking rainbow Pepe faces at people. Why can't I do that? Everybody else gets to do that. Not everybody else, but so many other people can do that. I want to be able to do that. That sounds really fun to me. Just let me do that. Fuck. Hey, Alteron, do you have the Pepe launcher?
Yes.
God damn it. So everyone has the Pepe launcher on this call except for me. That's really fair.
I won it at 3:30. I wasn't going for it. I just happened to win it early.
Oh,
It
you
was
got it.
accident.
Oh, you got it for like 330. So you got it for like $150. Oh, I feel so bad. It's
Yeah,
not even
I wasn't gonna get it.
$70. I mean, $5. Wait,
I didn't even know.
I should know.
It was a
that.
gift from the RNG gods, and I didn't use it until it's like, I didn't know that it was good. I don't think it was good when it came out initially.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I-
That's all I have to say. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Fucking Rav is gonna 10-star that thing. I know it.
Well, to be fair, that's still kind of like what most artifacts and even some mounts and back pieces, like, it was an afterthought for what some of them did at that time, and then some of them are now getting used again to make like a much better use of what they were at that time. It's like, okay, this wasn't good then, but now all of a sudden it's a much more valuable item at this time.
What do you?
Yeah.
Speaking of this phenomenon, what say you Alteron on the current mount, the green motorcycle? I went from thinking that it was word salad, I don't understand what it does, I'm not getting it, to wait a minute, that regens a lot of fucking health. Maybe I should get it back to no, I'd only maybe use it on a stall build to
I mean, I think it's a pretty solid mount for myself. I mean,
for stall, right? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, even as a sage, I mean, evasion's kind of like a bane, really. Evasion's just annoying.
Yeah.
Just because if it's
Fucking
high
love
on
it.
evasion, it's just like, yep, I'm just hitting a punching bag at that point. I'm just hitting air with evasion, unless you're playing archer or tamer to have the ignore evasion aspect, where that doesn't mean anything. Which I'm a little jealous of that aspect.
Do you guys like the new back?
I haven't used it yet.
It's
Honestly.
interesting. It's an interesting back piece. I've dabbled with it a little bit.
It definitely seems interesting for every class except mage. Thanks. I got it because it just looks so badass. Yeah, period. Like, I was already rocking like a blue-purple theme, and I was like, those are gigantic fucking fists. And I was like, maybe I'll try it when I switch to Plume for PvE or something. Like, I don't know.
With Sage for PvE, I'm telling you.
I think it's broken. I also love that back.
Broken
Well,
for what? I'm curious.
Yeah, that's what I use against tamers, because I think the second part is that when you receive combos, you get a shield. So
Oh, yeah, the 3.2% or something like that. Yeah, I forgot about that part of it. Yeah.
That and
yes,
it decreases attack by I think 20%. I think after it stacks up enough in it. I think.
yeah. So you pop a little shield dog on there, and you're just boop 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 boop. Shield City, baby. I'm like drowning in shields.
Oh, hey, Buttercup's in chat. What up, Buttercup?
Yep.
Buttercup will remember when I finally completed what I called my Bubble Boy build. This was back when I was a stall prophet, and the goal was to have as many bubbles as possible. And this was before, all the shields, and this was before quite a few things that have come out now. Like, this was before Star Array and all those things, and I was like, haha! I think it was the countdown blast timer gave me the artifact bubble, and I was like, Bubble Boy has completed, goal achieved. But now I'm thinking about it, I don't know. It's just so tough though. So tough for me. What's that? Sorry.
Did the time machine give a bubble?
No, not time machine. Countdown blast. It looks like
it's the heart artifact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a gigantic like fucking nuclear bomb with a heart in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a green skin.
Oh.
Yeah, the Bubble Boy build. Yeah, Bubble Boy.
Also for the purple one. Lucky.
Yeah, I don't have that, but yeah, I've been like just loving that new mount and the new back, like against tamers.
The new mount as well.
Yeah.
Well,
some of the tamers you're able to use the new mount. Some you're not. The shuttle still outshines the new mount in some instances, but
I saw somebody using the new mount earlier in my replays. Oop.
Oh, me when I beat you?
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm currently using the new bike mount.
Good for guard, like parking guard too. I've been using it.
Well, I mean, Shui gives you like a decent amount of skill regen as well, on top of the damage res and the regen.
I'm watching the fight.
Oh, are you sharing it? I can't see.
Yeah, it's definitely you because I'm seeing Counter Strike, Counter Strike, Counter Strike, Counter Strike scroll, and I'm seeing a lot of baddies, and I'm seeing yeah, this is I'm assuming the fight.
Yeah,
Scroll,
this is the fight.
Unchained, scroll.
Yeah, because I don't have a lot of like the only artifacts I have, like I don't have any HP damage artifacts. So I have the scroll or peppy gun. That's it.
I will say Peppy Gun screws me up on Mage.
Scroll fucks up baddie.
Why does Scroll fuck up Baddie?
Not fuck up baddie. Let me rephrase. I remember I was fighting our mod. I already talked about him like 3 times a day. Keller, Crayola, and Plank, whatever the fuck his name is. It's not that it fucks it up. It's that like back when that fight was longer, like when I wasn't using like a super high damage build against him, I was just using general stuff in our own arena, and he just minute to minute 20 long fights. That scroll, and then my baddie was just like at the beginning. It's like baddie goes off. Fuck you for 7 seconds, and then like 20 seconds in, it's like baddie, fuck you for like 5 or 6 seconds, and then later in the fight, it's like baddie, he's there for a little bit. That's all. That's all.
He's around.
Yeah,
He's
because my
there.
attack isn't that high.
I did have a small question at least because this didn't really quite make much sense to me. At least it still just it didn't make sense to me at the time. So for skill crit, does that even that? So that does not go against the crit res at all, does it?
Hmm?
Besides like the seal damage.
Oh no.
I never really understood the point between having normal crit and then there's skill crit.
So yeah, normal
parts never-
crits like basically everything except skill crit. Skill crits is like its own thing.
That's the one I kind of find a little bit weird, a little bit between skill crit being its own thing. Same thing. How do you have
We
like
don't
pals crit and combos as well? They're its own thing.
we
But,
don't
like,
we
but-
don't need any more nerfs, okay?
It's also like how like every item, like every gear. Let me rephrase that. Like every piece of gear for skill crit is like half the percentage of, say, combo or Counter Strike or anything else. It's also kind of like how literally nothing in the divining Riz path, nothing is for mage, nothing except like globals in the first part. Like it's very. I agree with you that it's strange that skill crit isn't part of crit res. I get that, but I also understand why it's treated differently. It's I get it. Like
It's
I
just
feel
on
like
paper. It's weird, a little bit.
well, it's kind of like okay, a combo like okay. So it's like, if an archer is comboing on you, like they're hitting you, right, like with their shit. If a counter, if a warrior's critting on you, they're punching you with or hitting you with some weapon. If a tamer's hitting you, they're hitting you with pals. It's all hitting you. But mages don't actually really hit you much. It's the skills that. So I kind of get it from like a abstract concept. I don't think I explained it very well at all there, but like physical attacks versus non-physical attacks.
Magical.
Like
Yeah.
spell damage.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Well, that's like even still like for example, even on paper wise here, like you have obviously you have regen, right? So we'll take for example here, if someone has let's just say 10% regen, for example. I never understood between the wounded things and the feathers. I didn't quite understand the reduction of regen that way to the target. Because I'm taking that as almost to, at least on paper wise, if you have negative 10% regen on both trees, and everything else, technically on paper wise, that would be negative regen. In a way.
I think it's like hard subtraction. I think it's like a percentage. Like so 10%, like now you're subtracting 20%, it'd be 8, they'd have 8%. You'd be
That's the way that I
subtracting
read it.
2%.
That's the way
Yeah.
I read it. It's like minus 10% of their region. So like if I saw like I'm throwing out an arbitrary number, but I think Ravs had like 4.5% regen when I last looked. So minus 10%, minus 10% would be like 0.45, right? or then 0.9 for if you have both wound nodes max is how I read it.
Okay.
Because it's not treated
Yeah.
like let's
you know, like
say
the PAL is like minus 10%, minus 10%. Like it's not going to just fully subtract. You know, not it's just a percentage
Whereas,
of
like,
it, not just
yeah,
you have
it's
negative
okay.
2%.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like ignore. Like technically,
makes-
with ignore stuff though, you could make someone go negative if they have bad, a bad. Let's say there's a, I don't know, some player that doesn't understand the gear. They're newer and like they're a warrior and their counter percentage is like 20%. And if you get ignore at like 30%, wouldn't that ignore all of it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Now the question I have is with the in the divinity, trees or whatever when you're rolling, and it says like ignore, the ignore, like for instance block, you have your block, you have your ignore block. Can the values go below 0? Like can they be negative? Like I mean, so we use ignore regen for instance. Like there's ignore regen. Now, if I have 0 and somebody's got 1.5 ignore regen, like, am I now taking 1.5% damage every second? Can those values go below 0? I don't know, because I mean I rolled some red ignore regens and it was like 0.26 maybe. So I mean if you had 5 of them, I mean you could get like 1.25, 1.5%. But I thought, well, it's kind of dumb. Like I don't need that. But now thinking about it, like, wow, that could really, if it was able to go negative.
Well, it's kind of like if they say, because even in the descriptions of them, they tell you like if it's below like 50% or whatever it is, like there's an extra added bonus damage, I think, to those aspects. For some, for example.
Well, I mean, damage res can go negative. Those things can go negative. So, I don't know where the ignore, especially in those the new ones. I don't know. I think it was brought up with like the PAL, like the PAL reses or whatever. Could you go negative where you're actually like have a gain? I don't know if there's a cutoff that it's the difference, the minimum is 0. Like you can't. I don't know. But the ignore regen one is like definitely a good one to look into.
Even I have one like it's got no regen here. The highest I've only seen it go like 0.29. I don't know if it hits. I'm not sure if it could. I'm not sure if it could max out at 0.30. I'm not too sure.
It tells you what the max would be when you look at the stats or whatever. When you click on the little eye, it'll tell you like the maximum that could be. Like Pierce, I think, is 750. Like those blocks are 750.
Okay.
But
Ravs is saying that most of the calculations can't exceed 0 or 100, but I'm pretty sure Starlight's confirmed that damage res can go below, and they'll start taking additional damage. So
yeah,
I don't know what stats do and don't anymore.
I agree with that, but like as Dipdop's saying, there's no way regen would start taking health. That's no longer regen. But I agree with that take. But I think that's not the point of why. Like what like the point of 8's thing is like we don't know.
Well, it's like damage res. Like you wouldn't think it would go below 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I have 0
0
damage resist. Like you know what I mean? Like all right, I have 0 damage resist. I'm like fully. Oh no, we're gonna go negative. So now you're gonna take additional damage on top. So that they use that logic. Why would you not think that regen would go negative?
I mean, it would be like almost like the hindering effect of like candle. Like if you're not set to use candle, like when using after that set period, you start taking damage back over that set period. Just for example, like
the
if
fact
you were
that
to go negative.
There's nothing listed that just says like cannot go below 0. The difference.
Yeah.
Poorly worded descriptions. It's just we don't know. Like I always assume that damage res, like res was 0 until Starlight was like, oh no, no, you can go below. And I was like, why are you using smoke bomb? They don't even have they have 0 damage res. Oh, because it can go next. What?
Well, I mean that
Oh,
was.
okay.
I mean that
Yeah.
was going back. They did have that one update too, as well, to where like I think it was level based, depending on. I think for damage res calculated, like I think they changed that back. Whatever, it was a weird damage res calculation they did to what level you were.
Well, because
Which
smoke
was
bomb
weird.
initially was they took additional damage. It didn't lower their damage res. They took 15% additional damage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they changed it. So it was like, oh, what, like why would you use that? Like, they already have 0. They don't use deer. Like, oh shit. Like, why would I think? It's kind of like, well, I assumed it would stop at 0.
You know.
But if you're ignoring what they have, and it doesn't stop at 0, then why wouldn't ignore regen just keep going below?
Max, what up, Max? Sorry, I was
I don't
getting
know.
upset over here. I was getting upset over here because fucking Bird and Mats are just sitting on this goddamn lot. So I can't really do anything right now, so I'm all frustrated. But what up, Max? How goes it, my man? Gia. Did I just say that? Gia? I think that's from
Sure.
Eastbound and Down.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the
I don't
feet.
assume anything in this game, like this is
Nah.
how it should work. I don't assume. You can't assume like this is how it works. You just can't assume that.
Yeah, you really gotta be super pedantic when you reach out to Starlight and be like, hey, does this work exactly like XYZ? Because otherwise there's going to be some misinterpretation or lost in translation, and just they won't answer you exactly how you're thinking it should be answered type deal.
I remember going to that Devine Pacific here. I mean, even for them, I'm not sure if you guys have probably never had this issue at all. So I got something out of that free spinner that we get daily here, but it never gave it to me at all. I explained this to Starlight, and they said, yeah, you received it, but it's not on my end, which didn't quite make sense to me. I'm like, because they asked me which spinner. Well, it's the clarified as the Pacific spinner, what it was for your free daily one that you get. But they were thinking I was talking about the other spinner, which was confusing. Like you said, if you don't word it specifically, you're gonna get like you said here, the complete misinterpreted answer that you want or are looking for.
Yeah. Or you'll get two answers. One says this, and another the complete opposite. You're like, okay, thank you. But yeah, I don't know if those ignore stat, if they can go negative. I'm curious.
We could reach out to Starlight and see. I could message
Yes,
them
hello.
after
I was in the
stream and
forest.
see what they.
Yeah. I was out wandering around the forest, and I happened to find some block.
I just got really lucky. I set a little 5-minute timer because the lot I was in was getting hit pretty hard, and I saw Kupo I beat, someone else I beat, and I saw Mats was in the attacking queue, so I was like, oh fuck, pulled my mount, set a 5-minute timer to try to sneak into our other lot, and I was like, no fucking way is there going to be a spot here in 5 minutes, but my alarm just went off and I did get a spot, so grab them spots. 447, there's like 3 left. Get them, Fox, hurry, jump in.
Rav says he's a super VIP and will always get good answers. So if you guys ever got Starlight questions, apparently just message Ravs.
Just directly message Rav. Any question you have for Starlight, directly to Ravs. Super
Yeah,
VIP.
that's what I'm asking, Ravs. Can the ignores go negative? Ask them.
Uzi. Come on, Nylock, you got mats? No? Are you going crack? I can't scratch him at like 10. Like on his 10 stack, I can't touch him because of his fucking. Never mind. Matt's too good for me. I can't touch him. There's a whole lot of people I can't touch. He's definitely one
Oh, you checked something off the box last week, Colin.
I did. I did. I checked a couple things off the box. I had a good week last week, but the biggest one, without a doubt, was one that I didn't even realize. But I finally beat 8 wide.
Oh,
Legit. It was a weird thing because I attacked her. Because I just saw it was like day 1 or day 2, I don't remember, but like I saw her like rating was lower than it normally is, so I was like, oh, I'll attack her and like have her bump up a little. I didn't fucking care, and then like accidentally won, and then I was like, what? And then I looked and saw she had like gingerbread on, and I was like, oh, she's in a fake set. And then I saw that she like hit me back, and I won, and I was like, oh, she's probably trying to demote, and I didn't think anything of it until the next day. When I was talking with her, and she was like, what? We were talking about Shroomie partners. Because she was saying like who's with who, like, and someone, I don't want to spoil anything, but someone really cool is with Woo this time, and I didn't know that. And so we were talking about Shroomie partners, and she was like, oh, maybe you could be with this person next Shroomie tournament. And I was like, yeah, if they want a hard carry. And she was like, you're not a carry, you beat me last night. And I was like, yeah, you had gingerbread on. And she was like, no, not when I hit you. I had this other. Had this set I was trying out, and I hit you, and you beat me. And I was like, what? And I went back and looked. And I was like, oh. So it was one of those moments. But yeah, it was one of the highlights. It was one of the highlights. It was a first.
Yeah. I was like, no, you legit beat me. I was like,
I was excited, quite excited. I just, oh gosh. Oh goodness. Eight just sent me a screenshot. That's just that's a scary screenshot that I just got. Apparently 8 doesn't have trouble with a lot of the players that I can't touch, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna name names. Holy shit. That's oofda. I'm just gonna say oofda. Whoa. And shut up, Uzi. Nylock's not too strong. Uzi, you beat me all the time. Shush.
I beat Uzi today too. I tried to hit him a second time just for fun.
What's Uzi in right now? Maybe I'll attack Uzi. I haven't attacked him like ever. Maybe a few times. What's Uzi in?
He was a bun. And
Alteron, do you still do your attacks often in Cross Arena, or I know for
I still do.
You do?
Sorry. Yeah, I still do my attacks here and there. I still do. I mean, I stay within like 1 or 5, and then like on the last day I'm normally like on like 11 or 10, which is fine by me.
I know I took like a 6-month break off of Cross Arena, so I didn't know how many or who else does that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I still do though.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you're
I was
fine.
going to ask. I didn't know you were still continuing with that. How did you find this game? Like,
Oh yeah.
what advertisement brought you to Legend?
Oh shit! I just skipped that one? Oh shit! You're right.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm doing a terrible job today. I apologize, Alteron.
Oh, you're fine. Actually, I just found it on the App Store. I didn't see any advertisement. I just thought, okay, it looked interesting here, appealing at the time. I normally didn't play too many auto battlers at all. I'm like, okay, we'll give this one a shot. Started out not being super competitive at all, and then like, okay, I really started to like it. Just randomly, and then seeing, after time on, I started seeing more advertisement for the game. Like, oh, okay, this is a little more of an active advertisement for this game.
How long will you say between you started the game day 1, before you were like, okay, and like you started taking it more seriously, I guess? Well, how long would you say that period of time was roughly?
It was like a good probably like 3-month span, because I was in like a nobody family type deal thing. Like, obviously when you first get the ability to join the family, like, okay, just hop on whichever one's open at a time. Just, just fill the game, just to fill the game out, see if you like it or not. I was fine where I was at. Started being up there a little bit in like the normal base arena within your own server at the time. It was kind of nice to be then the ranking at that point in time here for kind of still get knocked down by the more at the time more heavier player base at the time. So it's kind of nice to be within that competitive aspect here, and then slowly over time getting better gear, better understanding of the game. Just kind of like, okay, I can start to win, getting a few event items and stuff, being able to get a little stronger and more competitive at the time. Like, okay, I'm starting to really enjoy this more and more, and I kind of just stuck from there. Because sadly, the people who were playing at that time did stop playing like way earlier on before merges and cross servers kicked in. So it kind of let more from there when more aspects of the game really opened up to give more drive at the time.
Yeah.
I think that yeah, I think I was probably pretty similar now that I think about it. I don't know if I would say 3 months, but I was probably like 6 to 8 weeks in, I'd say, before I was like, you know what, there is a lot more to this game than I thought, and especially at the beginning, they're adding all that stuff. Like every phase. I just have the one alt in 846, but it really reminded me of just how like they're slowly but steadily and progressively introducing all the things that make the game come together. I think that's a really fun time to be playing the game, and it's like, oh yeah, fucking Souls! I forgot about Souls. Like I didn't really forget about Souls, but you're playing on like this little mini alt, and you're like, oh yeah, shit, fuck, look, we get Star Ray, look at that fucking cards or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. That's probably a bad example, but
like buying stuff in Showdown, like the little stuff that you're like, oh man, this was not being able to take a tower, in one kill, and you're like, oh man, I gotta keep hitting it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or even like the weirdest part about Showdown for me was, I mean, I'm mage, so I don't give a shit about most PvE things, but I knew I wasn't going to take down a tower, but like beating 15 enemies is not that easy the first Showdown you do, because like you hop in like Candy Paradise or whatever, and there's probably like 10 people in some servers in the entire Candy Paradise, and I'm like, fuck, this is going to take me, it's gonna take me 7.5 minutes to fucking teleport to all these motherfuckers. Like,
it's crazy.
Balls.
All the dots on the map, and then you go, and it's like so sparse. Like, oh wow.
I think what was crazy was at the time of Showdown showing in when they showed power level bubbles, to where like you used to be a little small bubble, and then you saw someone with like telling. It's like, what is this big giant orb on my screen?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the first time I saw just some huge circle, and I was like, ah. What? What is that?
Who was the first big circle that you saw there, Alteron?
I think at the time, I think they were Archer. I think it was Shiki at the time. I think it was Shiki at the time. I'm not sure if they're still playing or not.
That name sounds really familiar to me for some reason.
He used to have a flamingo avatar. Used to be his thing. What he used to have as his like profile picture, like from One Piece. I remember him having that, at least earlier on. But maybe some name changes here, have changed. So everyone changes the name after a while. But I think that was his name at the time. It used to be. I remember seeing him on there with Archer. I was like, "What is this big giant orb on my screen?" But yeah, that's like when I really started off with two to get a little kind of like, okay, I kind of want to be a big bubble now too.
Yeah, mine was whoa.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah,
I want to say mine was Crusher. I think, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
yeah, I think he was the first one. Yeah, Crusher, wherever you are out there in the ether.
Playing Tarkov.
I salute you.
I've seen you.
Is that what he's doing now? Okay.
I've seen him on there. Shout out to all the crushies.
Oh.
I know y'all.
Oh my
miss
gosh!
No.
I know y'all miss him.
I haven't seen Moldy in a couple of streams. Is Moldy still around? Moldy has to still be around, right? Moldy Hobo?
Hey, yeah, he's still around.
Okay, I got worried. And it came to mind because when you said like hello to all the crushies, I was about to say like throw up a lollipop, and Moldy would throw up a lollipop, and he'd throw up a glizzy for 8 like back in the day.
Yeah,
but
glizzy
I just
nation,
remember
baby.
Yeah. What's happening? What's going on to Uzi? Oh no. Are people bullying Uzi? Don't bully Uzi. Uzi's awesome. What's going on?
I don't know.
I think Akane like called a hit out on Uzi or something.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. That's who I think told me to hit Uzi today in Crosshair. I was like, okay.
Oh
I
gosh.
think it was I think Uzi was there. I live like I shared my screen in the Discord so everybody could watch it.
Wait, what? Who did Buttercup block? Buttercup blocked Uzi? What is happening? Crazy stuff happening. I can't pay.
Wrong.
Oh gosh.
All my
Yeah.
Shroomies
I mean,
hate Uzi.
no. Uzi's a nice guy. Okay, here. I'll bring us back on track with Alteron. Alteron.
Van
I can't believe.
Huddy.
Huddy too? No, we don't love Huddy. What is happening?
I don't know. I just like to yell at every
No.
now and then.
Oh, okay. Huddy's great.
Yeah, Huddy rules, but no, I just like to yell at.
Ultron, what are your favorite mounts, arties, back pieces for that you use to play with aesthetically? Any reason at all?
For the mounts, I mean, aesthetically, I do like the current bike mount currently out right now for the motorcycle. That one, I like the actually overall design of that one here. At the time, I did enjoy the Lava Dragon because when that was out, I liked that on paper wise for his base attack per second, just because that sounded neat on paper wise.
Yeah.
That was overly pleasing here. I did like the Tiger back in the days of just who can melt each other first with when that came out with the cheetah and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Frost Spectre back piece here. I think it's a neat little ice spirit. Since I'm more of a fan of ice type base aesthetics, so that one really appealed out to me. Artifacts, I mean, I do like the scissors probably the most for myself, minus the sound.
That's
No.
what I was gonna ask. You play with sound? Yeah. Okay.
No.
Ooh,
Apparently,
that's
you
yeah.
should.
Yeah, you
No, that's okay.
turn it on sometime to hear those fucking crunching goddamn scissors. Every time I play someone with that fucking already on, I'm like, ah. And there's quite a few now. I think Mid has the scissors. I'm pretty sure Ravs uses where's the scissors? The sound, the crunching sound. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Please keep going. What other artists?
Other effects here, I mean, at the time I did enjoy the Flaming Carnage was pretty interesting at that time, for like the Flaming Rifle at the time. That was pretty interesting. That was pretty strong. That was pretty strong at that time, earlier on, back when crit res wasn't super high. That was pretty fun to use. I do like the I think it was the Magic Wand. That one's pretty interesting. At the time when that came out here for the stalls, that was actually, at least I like the aesthetic when that one went off, when it like
Magic
stopped
Wand?
everything. Yeah, the Magic Wand artifact.
The freeze one.
Time stop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you drop certain percentages. And
Yeah, I like that.
the Skyward Sword was really neat since there's not too many swords at the time when that one first came out.
That's a huge fucking sword too. Yeah. That was
Totally
like
useless.
that.
Like, but
Yep, it's useless, but aesthetically it was neat at the time. Before now you have the new like 8-bit sword that came out with that recent like Minecraft looking like almost aesthetic type dual appeal.
Yeah. That pixel sword caused me problems for longer than I'd like to admit.
It was strong. That's why I said earlier on, like shields don't mean too much at all with that thing. Not too much, but other ones. I did really enjoy the other one was really interesting was I'm probably gonna butcher the name. It was actually the scooter side cart mount with the little like pug driving with the flag. That one's just
The hamster?
a funny cute mount. The hamster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It was like a cute little mount at the time. I did like the Peppy Backbuster. That one was a neat little back piece at the time. Just something funny and comical.
Yeah, it looks cool. I like that. If I could, I won't launch into another Pepe artifact, the Pepe launcher spiel, but if I could, I would totally go full Pepe. The costume, the back, and the gun,
Amount.
everything. Just so I could. Everything. Yeah, all of it. All of it. Yeah, sorry, not the back. That would be cool to go full Pepe. Alas, it shall never occur. Until the game... Maybe... Actually, I'm not sure. Can they even bring that stuff back without permission, or no? They probably can't.
No,
It's kind of like with the rabbit.
permission.
Yeah, they'd have to get permission again and sign like a whole new partnership deal. Like with the rabbits, I remember that was part of the... Like, that was one of the reasons why no speeding couldn't, like...
Transfer
Like,
to
they
the
didn't
old
want-
avians.
Yeah, like they didn't want rabbits, like avians breeding or something with other ones. Like it was very weird to me.
Yeah. As far as the mounts and artifacts, those are probably my most favorite ones.
No, that was an excellent list. I like that list.
Well, actually I take that back. There's only one more, even though I know it's kind of useless. Is the I'm gonna butcher the name. It's the one that summons out like a random mob for you.
Oh, the
It
artifact.
came out with. Yeah, it came out with like with the shuttle mount.
Yeah, is it under the dome or no? Under the dome. Yeah.
Hey,
Summons a copy of a random enemy character or boss unit.
Yeah, it was like a big giant almost
Gun.
like a Mega Man blaster almost practically.
Yeah.
but it copies your opponent, right? So it's like the trident copies you, and the alien gun summon copies the
The
opponent.
trident summons just a like shark
like a
hybrid
siren.
beast
Yeah.
thing.
Got it. Okay, but this one, I guess I'd never used it for anything other than PvP.
Yeah, if you use it in just like a normal PvE stage or something, it'll copy like the boss or like one of the random wave mobs.
Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
That
I mean
seems-
it wasn't super useful at all, but it was like a neat little aesthetic to have.
Hey, on one of my
I
alts,
use that.
that was the
Oh, go
only artifact I had, and that helped me progress some. I'll say that.
I used it in PvP for a long time. I still think it's quite excellent. Like if you're a stall build and you're punching up, you're bringing a copy of like hitting someone with like more HP than you. Like obviously, if you're a stall build, you probably shouldn't be doing that anyway. But yeah, I mean, I used it for a long time actually. Now I think about it, profit stall.
I actually, Cryptid sent me a video a while back of I want to say it was like a 40 or 60 mil player who was using that under the dome copy artifact. See, it killed Wu in his PvE set. And he was like, that was back when he was like 140, 150 mil. But the clone, copied his damage. And since he was, incidents. Since his clone had so much damage, it just killed himself. That was pretty funny.
Now,
Chat's
So
talking about all-
the big question, what did you spend your red gems on?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
The red gems
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
at the time, just being silly at the time, 'cause I didn't know too much, was probably pets at the time. I wanted the pink mounts and the pink pets in the very beginning, because I wanted the Robo Dog early on. Because as first glance, it's like, oh, it heals when I'm getting counters. Okay, I want that one like as soon as I can. At that time. Currently now, I just
That
wait for
sounds-
Soul now anymore.
Oh, souls. Okay. What do you spend your red gems on now? 8
Tickets.
PAL tickets and
Still
skill
ticket.
tickets. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause in com, I could be wrong, but I feel like you're on skill tickets as well, right?
Oh, I'm full sending skill tickets. Pretty
Okay,
much
I
any
thought so.
chance I can. I've got my orange skills up to 223, 222.
23. We were. I thought we were close at one point. You far surpassed me then. Wait, now I gotta look. Shit. Fuck. I thought we were like. I knew you were ahead, but I thought I was like kind of close. Okay. All right. It's not as bad as I thought. All right. 223 though. Fuck. Yeah, I meant like 212. 213, 212, 212, 212, 212, 213. Yeah. So I'm like 10 levels behind you. Damn. Yeah, getting baddie up to 300, I didn't realize how fast that happened. Like I was saving my skill tickets for weeks, like for the rush, because I was like, well, I'm gonna drop like all my gems, so may as well try for Um, but yeah, like I think it was like I think I had like 50 something thousand tickets. It wasn't even that many, but
It got
yeah,
bad.
like before I even got into my gems, the baddie was like max, and I was like, what? Like, and my cactus only went up like 3 levels. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Like, what
orange
the
ones
fuck?
are gonna take a while to get through.
I did, and I think that's what I didn't realize back when like the level 300 news came, and I was like, oh, level 300 baddie and cacti. That's what I didn't really understand until I did the rush was how long it's gonna take for the oranges till I'm back on reds. It's gonna be a lot longer than I thought. Yeah. Okay. So souls. What's max level for soul? 100.
100.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, what's your highest soul level, Ultron?
My highest soul is level 90 at this time.
90. Okay. And like, I know eight's argument against spending gems on souls. I'm kind of in the same boat. Plus, as a mage, I need to be dumping them into skills anyway. But, um, I guess that's interesting then, like that choice, because like 8,000 gems and you get around, on average, what, like 300 something, 8,000 gems, 300 something essence, essentially.
Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah.
Like on average, I guess would be like I don't know, 320 something. I guess would be the average, because you get 10. I mean, obviously it can
Well,
be
minimum 250. Yeah, 250 to whatever.
okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't
Probably-
sat down and done the actual math on it,
Yeah, probably
Well,
like 350, I'd say.
because we
It
have
was
that.
just. It was mainly just to kind of get things more like balanced out for what I was currently going for, more or less, because obviously it's kind of to me. I'd rather just be balanced all around because It gets for me to do PVE back and forth. I'm just kind of over switching all the time, trying to reset all my stuff just to do PVE and then going back to PvP set. I'm a little bit over it.
You
Yeah.
don't
I'm
use your
just trying
soul
to
set?
Well, at one point for me at the time, well, I was having an issue with that beforehand because it wouldn't take it how I had it at the time early on. Because the first time it was bugged for me for what I wanted to do, it wouldn't go back and forth between the two. It kept saying like it can't be because this one's equipped, and it was kind of aggravating to me. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just do it the old way and just do resets anymore. And so I only keep on like one set. That's about it, really, to it. So I'm just kind of done switching.
I guess I think it's definitely my own perspective because I'm a mage and I can't do PvE even if I wanted to as a mage. But I I look at I do look at everything through a PvP lens, like every item, every this. So yeah, like the handful of players I know that do focus on PvE, it's almost always with as Plume. So I think that's interesting that you've done like you do everything as Sage.
I mean,
I don't.
I did have to switch to Warbringer at one point briefly. It was still the same setup as I was. It was
Yeah,
just because
a
they picked
warrior.
a bigger damage time for PV for that current stage until now I'm back to where Sage, I can just stay on Sage. I don't have to switch to Warbringer for the extra damage.
Yeah.
Because, at least to me, it's like still for the stages of Slime and Cobra still are probably the most like wave stopping for majority times. It seems like their waves hit the hardest out of all of them. and after that
Yeah.
point, it's like
Yeah.
easy from there on out. For some reason, Slime's just a bully.
Mm-hmm.
He is just a big giant bully. Where it's just like, okay, yeah, he one shots me. Okay, let me figure out what I got to readjust.
I still to this day, and it's probably one of the largest reasons that that I'll never go full warrior like permanent. Is my mind doesn't I can't wrap my mind around that simple thing. How the fuck are you supposed to beat a slime if you can't damage them until they hit you? I don't understand it. I don't want to know how. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't do it. And it's similar like in PvP. I Martial Sage I can wrap my head around because it's stall, and I spent enough time doing stall builds as Prophet where I'm like, okay, I get it. Like I won't be doing my damage with skills, but that's okay. Like I can do like HP based damage and like, but I'm hitting them every time they hit me. I can wrap my head around that. But with Warbringer PvP, I'm like, I don't do damage. I don't do much damage unless the sword has changed it, but not counting 8-pixel sword, like the pixel sword nonsense. I just don't. It's something about the mentality of like I have to get hit in order to fuck them up, and I don't. I can't
Well,
remember.
I mean, you have the alternative using the Nirvana Spore at the time, which that still triggered the passive ability of it
Extra damage.
because you're automatically below that percentage already.
Yeah.
It's just a trigger. It's kind of like for PvE, like in the beginning, just when the spores first came out, it was still kind of double dabbling with it. It's kind of like for the Fallen Angel wings, like you could trigger that with Nirvana at the time. They instantly get you like your full attack speed and attack at the time if you're doing certain things.
I just looked at my Nirvana level, and it's higher than I thought it would be. 82. It's not max or anything, but I use it for like my mob. Like I use it when I switch to Archer. I'm mostly still just using Candelabra, Nirvana, Tigerback for PvE when I push levels, which I'd never do anymore. But
I mean,
and it was a thing. It was a thing for a little while. I remember for Dark Lord, Nirvana Spore, Tigerback, and then it shifted away from that, like for Dark Lord, like back to Alien Back Piece, and then I went to. I don't know. I'm rambling, but
I mean, for me, just pushing PvE, it's just the Gator, and Candle, and then Tigerback with just the Chrono Spore just for extra time.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that fucking Gator. I never got that Gator mount.
Well,
It's
the
so
Gator
good.
mount.
It's so good for damage, like for theater and lava and stuff. From what I understand.
Plus, too, it was interesting. There was a thing with Gator apparently too when it was still around, which I do miss it for when they had Grumpy Fish around. Like it's stacked with like everyone using Gator. That's
Yep.
stacked. Which I do miss Grumpy Fish. That was a fun little activity at least to do with the family. That was fun, just to see like who we cleared or not. Which that was a fun group activity.
I feel like the reason they took it out I don't know, but like I think it was literally just space on the screen. Like like where else do they put it?
They could have never brought the ice dungeon. They could have just left that off the screen.
I like the rewards.
That could've been
from
a
the
trial.
Ice Dungeon.
I've come around ever since Maharag was on the show and pointed out. So I know you all were pretty against this thing, but since he pointed out that very true fact, like the rewards are insanely better than Grumpy's ever were.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it, but I wish I could if I could sweep that, okay, I would be full on for it at this point. But yeah,
I think
you
they've
know,
said sweeping it is in the works. I just don't know
oh yeah,
how honest.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember.
because yeah, I mean with the speed up on, it takes me like 4.5-5 minutes to beat it when I switch to Plume, on Thursdays. But like
I just wish they fixed how it was just not centered on the iPad.
yeah,
Like, that's what it looks like.
Hey,
Fix it.
since you have your iPad out, can you check oh damn it, you can't check to see how many lucky spinner tokens you have. Damn. It's not Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
And I wouldn't be able to see them either. So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's what I was gonna see. I was gonna ask and see how many you had. If you could show me on your iPad, yeah.
No, I can't see how many, Star Hero draw tickets I have. No idea. Can't see them.
I got to shout out Loki in the chat. Our good boy Loki.
Didn't even.
What's up, buddy? Welcome. What?
Where are the sets? Where are the Divining Riz sets?
Oh my.
I didn't know that.
It's so bad.
Rift, that's till Blank told us. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, somebody was like, "Oh, you have sets." I was like, "What do you mean you have sets? Where?" Like in the bottom left. So then I just start tapping on the left side of the screen. And where is it? Let's see here. Where is it?
That's
right
actually,
there.
Yeah.
There it is. Right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
That
there you go.
black section.
Yeah.
Actually, that's actually a good Pombo. What up, Pombo? I don't know you. Hello, welcome to chat.
Pombo as the website that kind of shows all the top players from each server, and that merge list that a lot of people were looking at to see who was going where.
Oh, that's Pombo?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What up, Pombo? I do know who you are. Okay, cool. That's actually a good suggestion, though. I didn't ever think about that. They could have just put the Winterland stuff, like where next to the other dungeons. Like where Divining Tree is now. They can make that shit scroll as far as they want, infinite.
Let me see if I can find the website real quick.
So they absolutely should have done that. I guess. Well, no. I was about to say, but then I don't know, like if you're working with other people and stuff, but you have to do the same thing for Ancient Ruins and stuff. You have to invite people and stuff for that too. So yeah, I see nothing wrong with that.
Let me see. I think I have it on Discord.
Shroomrix is so mean. Look at this hashtag. Shroomrix has started. Shroomrix beating my ass every single day and now started this evil hashtag to ban Uzi. No.
Oh, I attacked Shroommix today.
Shroomrix. Too strong for me.
I saw he was a Warbringer, and I said, let me hit that.
I wouldn't mind like an AOD version of for a guild event itself. Type to layout, just do a monthly type deal, little board you have to complete.
Yeah,
Everyone in your family would be kind of interesting.
Interactive with the family.
Well, that's the thing, because most things really aren't. I mean, it still feels kind of like even with the snow, even still assisting. Because at the time, it's not hard to solo. Obviously, if you actually have a build for it and everything, but even sometimes too, even if you're giving a carry through it a little bit, it's stamina is the issue of it. I can help clear it, but I can't if you can't clear it. As a side thing, it's kind of you get stuck there.
Yeah.
Unless you're just gonna take the bare minimum. Because even like I said earlier, the rewards are really worth it to do it. It's the same thing. I wish there was a skip button as well, if you've already completed it. But at the same time, you're shortening interactive things with the family itself. Where Grumpy used to be just click one button, sign up, and then you get to see a fun screen of everyone all attacking, which was pretty interesting.
We talked because I'm just trying to think of more things that you can do with just your family. And I remember long time ago, I want to say it was maybe our second show ever together, 8. I think we were talking about having a 2v2 practice arena or something in your server.
Yes,
or in your
anything. Yeah.
One way to practice 2v2 would be great, but I feel they could implement that having family ladders, or you get paired with a random family member each week and you do 2v2 to get fucking, it doesn't even matter what it is really, but I think they could add a lot more stuff that's family oriented, I think.
And that doesn't feel like a chore.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like a job and something I have to do every single fucking day or something. Oh shit, I forgot to do this. Yeah.
It's just they just keep adding more things that are just more chores and more tasks.
Yeah, I forgot to do. I was in the middle of a Pantheon, and I just didn't finish it, and so because I only did like a few runs that week, and so like, oh fuck you, like you don't get your 2 or whatever fucking passes that week, and like that sucks. Or if you forget to do theater, like because I only do theater on Thursday, and if I swap the plume and I forget to do it, and then it's like later in the week when I see it, I'm like, I don't feel like switching classes. I guess I just won't get 2 rush pass. Like it sucks. I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. Just you know, I don't know. I'm whining. I'm just complaining, and that's what I do. But oh, here I didn't want to forget this one, and we've talked about this a little bit already, but I think this could be an interesting question for you, Alteron. Like,
Yeah.
so it feels like PvE is like one of your favorite aspects of the game, but how would you kind of rank all of them? So, you know, cross arena, parking wars, sail, brawl, PvE. You know, pushing levels versus, you know, theater or lava behemoth or whatever it is. What are your favorite aspects?
I like Worlds pushing like the waves, like going up through like the tiers of your PV progression, like seeing how high can you actually reach for like going to Miracle and then going upward from there. Like, because I don't know if there actually is like an end once you hit like what is like the wall cap of it for the PVE.
I'm
There-
assuming it's the same as it was before, right? Like
So-
Woo beat Miracle 10, and then you set.
There's 2 stages after Occult currently in the game. I forget their names, but Occult's after Miracle, and then there's 1 or 2 after that. I want to say there's 2. I just forget.
I think you're right that there's 2. I just don't know their names either. Occult, at least I've seen people in that. Like, I don't know anything about it, and I don't give a fuck when I get there either at all. Like, I think I'm in Miracle 6. I don't give a shit. That's fine.
I
Like,
didn't know there was anything for a cult. I had no idea.
That seems to me. I just know at least there's something past Miracle at least. It's just kind of just like fun to have like a milestone, because to me it's kind of like there's a limit to how far you can go as obviously as Sage, like for PvE aspect of PvP and PvE. It's just seeing how far can you go, like what you have, like how far can I push my character to be able to still surpass like where I'm at. Type deal is what I more enjoy with the game. Just figuring like, okay, can I beat this PvE stage? What do I need to do? It just gives me time to be able to, you know, brainstorm around, see like what do I need to adjust to see if I can get a little further or at least make a progression.
Yeah.
Because it's like kind of like one of those things where it's like you get stuck on a level and it's like, okay, let's come back to it later, and it's like you finally surpass it, and it's like one of those type deal, like, okay, cool, I'm actually being able to do this. I can make progression, then go again, see what the next challenge has in store.
it's so interesting to me. I mean, because that's what makes, at least to me, that's what makes the game fun. Is there's so many different things that people can focus on. I'm just like on the opposite side of the spectrum of you, I think, where I care so little about levels and stuff like that. Like I just think that's interesting. Like,
Well,
there's some people that love like parking wars, is like their favorite thing, and I'm like, oh, you know, I like to guard. Yeah, right. Yeah, like there's so many people that just love just smashing lots, and I get it. Like I get it. I get more joy out of being like, oh, cool, I beat 7 people or 9 people before I died guarding, or like, oh shit. Like, I get hit on Discord and someone's like, hey, can you beat this person with this many debuffs? And I'm like, yep. Or I'm like, nope. Ask fill in the blank. Like, it depends. But that's about all that Parking Wars is for me. Like, it's fun, but, like, it doesn't matter to me much if we get first or second or third or fourth. Like, it doesn't change that much. Obviously, I want to win everything. I'm a competitive D-bag, but... You know, it's not the end of the world to me if we don't win parking. I get pissed off if we don't have lots or if I can't fucking park. Then I pay more attention the next day. And I'm like, fuck this. Like, we need at least one more lot so I can fucking park. That pisses me off. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like,
I can understand that for sure.
You get used to not parking.
Yeah.
Oh,
8 says while she faces him parking. That was
Yeah.
cold-hearted.
I know. It's kind of like more or less. It's just there's only so far I know I can go with so many debuffs, and what I know I can take on, like when it's my turn aspect. But it's kind of like is a normal saying. It's like if I don't try, I'm not gonna be able to succeed. Kind of like the difference between try and triumph. You just need a little oomph just to see what you can do. If I get one lot, I'm more than happy if I can. But it's still a team game at the end of the day
Yeah, absolutely.
because it's like for some things it's still kind of like even though even just trying just a debuff helps so much. Like just you might need maybe one or two just to move up here, even though some don't. Not everyone's all really into the cross server thing because I think it's just kind of like they kind of feel like if I try, I'm gonna fail. I know I'm gonna lose to this person, but still, just going in just to be a fodder, it really isn't like a bad thing at all. It does assist the whole entire server because it's a whole server based thing. It's not just an Iron team thing, or expected one person's gonna be able to take it all at that lot at that time. You still need a whole group.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Shroomie tournament? We haven't really talked about that at all.
The streaming tournament.
Yeah.
I'm at the streaming tournament here. This week I will be going with Rainmaker here in our server here, and I'm looking forward to see how high we rank up there.
Okay. And do you like have you ever had like a partner that you're with like multiple times, or do you switch it up almost every tournament?
Between Rainmaker and Calamity Jane here, I switch it up here every week just to alternate off here. I'm not. I mean, I try what we can rank here and stuff. We normally get within like the top 128 majority of the time. A few times we made it to the next round after that, which has been really awesome, and I have to get up that high here. Because I think one time I did go solo by mistake here because I forgot to ready up here. That was kind of interesting to see how far I could go at that time. But
Yeah, 1v2. Oh.
It was kind of fun at that time, just going it by mistake. That was actually pretty fun. Just to see, I did rank, shockingly enough, by myself, which I wasn't expecting to. I got a lot further than I thought I did. I'm looking forward to going through with Rain this go around.
Yeah, well, I'll see you there.
Yep.
What?
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Like, I'll see you in top 32, sucker.
Yeah.
No, don't
Not if
worry.
it was a bracket like last time.
Don't worry. My group is always Grim, and what's his partner's name?
Rubio.
Yeah, it's like for the past 10 tournaments or something like that. It's always just for some reason we're in groups together.
Who are you with this time?
Me?
I don't even know. Yeah.
Me? I'm with Microdose.
Oh shit!
Defending champion Microdose. That's actually how I messaged him because we had talked about it prior, and then I was like, "Hey, Mr. Defending Champion, are we still teaming up?"
Well, that's two defending champions on the same team. That's a scary thing. You're a defending champion. You're a former champion.
Former, yeah, not defending.
I guess defending is the wrong word. I apologize. So a current reigning champion with a former champion. That's the correct. I apologize.
No, I knew what you were saying.
Okay. And 8, are you with back? The Super Omega Beastly back?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she took me back. I was like, please carry my buns.
My team stole your name we're Power is this time with 5 Z's.
Oh, we're Hot Girl Summer.
Okay, Hot
She
Girl
spelled,
Summer, okay.
yeah.
I remember you encrypted rock Power is, and then our family changed your name to Power is with 5 Z's. I couldn't come
Yes.
up with a team name at all, so I just ganked Power is. So watch out for
All
Power
right,
is.
all right.
Yeah, Ravs is gonna fuck everyone up, and I'm just gonna sit there. So yeah, watch out, Power is. All right, let's see who else we got here. Oh, well, no, I don't want to ask that one. And you, oh yeah, we already asked the $1 million question on red gems. Do you have any tips for, newer players?
For newer players, definitely starting out, I'd just probably definitely just play archer in the beginning because it's a little easier to progress, at least to get your lamps up here, be able to start getting better gear, and majority of the spinners is more or less I find centered for archer for majority at least to get them started. Like if they're saving up here to get their like getting their hammer here to get basic attack here, AoE to help them progress. You have the combo back piece here to get them started here, at least to slowly get small increments of power and damage, and just slowly keep up with dailies when you can.
Makes sense. Archer. Yeah. I think that's
It's free to play friendly.
Yeah, that's fair. I know in 846 it felt like there was a massive shift about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. Essentially when Dark Trials came out, I noticed about, I don't know, 30 to 50% of the family, maybe more, just all were Archer all of a sudden. And I was like, "Oh shit. Dark Trials." Okay. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Like getting those done as quickly as you can.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I don't like the question Uzi just asked me. He's asking me if I saw our brawl. That means we're facing them. That's not good. So yeah, great. No dead families. Hooray. That means we're gonna lose. So that sucks. But maybe not because Fox is on our doing our setups now. So I shouldn't say that. I apologize. I'm gonna go on another mini rant here. I have finally retired from doing our family brawl setups. Thank you to Fox. Thank you to Totoro. Thank you to Blossom. Thank you to Brick. Thank you to Keller for all of the time that he has spent as well. Sorry, Keylor, Crayola, Plank. I think I did well over 100. At one point, our record was like 116-ish and 5. And then after Sark left, I couldn't do it anymore. And so they've stepped up and they've taken it over. Hats off to all of them. Thank you. Apologize for my little rant there, but I'm done now. Oh shit, we're facing concrete. Oh shit. Sorry, Fox. Have fun with that. Yeah. So we're facing Uzi, concrete. And then Bukaki Boys, I think is that 450? Yeah, Tony and them. Or 433, sorry. Yeah, Tony and Chickawit, Damo. Yeah, they're strong. That's a strong family. Literally just avoid concrete and you win. Sure. Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, I'll just avoid a player. It's a 1-in-3 shot. Yeah, have fun with that, Fox and everyone I just named. I'll hop on the brawl call for that one though. That'll be fun.
Survive Veils.
Oh gosh, that doesn't sound fun at all. Oh gosh. So okay. If you had to think back, like, since day one, all of the crazy fun stuff, whether it was like an epic sale moment, or like you saved your family in a family brawl, or you smashed through this PvE level, or whatever, or you beat Woo, right? You mentioned that as like earlier. What are some other like highlights you've had in the game, or like just really fun experiences?
most of the majority of the time it's the cross server conversations here and like overall like general family chat here. Because some days it's just crazy stories. Like when things were like really alive during that point in time during the game, when things were just like really popping. So some days were interesting, some days were just like what's going on, and definitely here just going through like the friendships you meet along the way was always kind of the biggest things. That and getting introduced to all the players throughout all the servers.
Nice. I can dig it. Do you guys have any questions before we get to the rapid fire?
I want to point out when we sent over the little emote to Mr. Alteron, I asked him, 'cause I didn't see what he submitted for the graphic. I was like, "Does this look like you?" And he said, "That's me whenever I pull a new gear upgrade." It's like, nice. Just happy.
I mean, hey man, when you get a new piece after so long, 10,000 lamps or more, it's like, yes,
Finally.
a new piece. 1% more, give me. It's 1% more. Just give me the 1%.
Take whatever I can get.
I've only ever got like a perfect gear roll ever. Like I've only ever pulled one.
Perfect gear? I think I have.
Yep.
I think I have
Yep.
like one or two right now.
I was able to get my one piece of like 7 counter and then like 0.25 regen. I was like, yep, we're happy.
I know. I think one of my perfect sets is like one of the lamest, but regen evasion. I'm pretty sure I have a 0.255%. Yeah, I do. My shark hat, and then the other one is where's my skill crit regen? Yeah, I think I have 2. I'm not gonna look. I don't know why the fuck I'm looking. But yeah, that's fun. That's fun when that happens. I think I have 2 total though on all 10 fucking sets. Yeah.
It's like almost getting like a shiny Pokemon almost. Like, okay, it's perfect. Let's go.
Oh yeah. I have to scoot out in a couple minutes, so
Okay.
just giving you guys a heads up.
I want to ask Fox's question then, because he's asking for everyone. A little birdie told us we have a superhero event coming up. What is everyone's favorite superhero? What hero do you hope the costume from the event takes inspiration from? So yeah, superhero. You have a favorite superhero, Alteron? Oh, sorry. Alteron!
For a superhero wise, just because I find the character interesting, I would go with Moon Knight here myself.
Moon Knight? For that comic? Yeah. Oh
Mhm.
shit! I haven't thought about Moon Knight in forever. Hell yeah!
You should watch the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
He's an interesting vigilante.
I can dig it. 8, do you have a favorite superhero? I don't know why. I have a guess in my head, but it now.
What do you think?
I was gonna guess Wonder Woman, but that seems soft as fuck. Now I'm gonna guess like fucking Hulk or some shit.
I love the X-Men. Love them.
Oh, just all the X-Men?
Yeah, like Cyclops is probably my favorite.
Okay. Did you watch
and
that
like-
Did you watch that early '90s animated X-Men show growing up?
Sure did. And I
And
played the old school arcade game. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But you have Colossus. You know, and
He's all silver
Nightcrawler
and
zipping
shit.
around.
That was
Yeah.
bad. And they totally reskinned. I was playing as Wolverine, but they totally reskinned that entire arcade game for like The Simpsons. Had like an almost identical, and actually the X-Men game might have been reskinned from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now that I think about it, that arcade game, I think was the first one that I remember playing at like real arcades, where like all 4 players were playing together co-op.
Yeah.
That shit was so fun. Oh man.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, thank you for that walk down memory lane. Someday,
Hell yeah.
when I have way too much fucking money, someday I'm gonna buy all of those arcade games that were just discussed. All of them. I don't know how much.
There's a barcade up my way, and it has a 6-player X-Men.
That's awesome.
6-player.
Yeah, it's a 6-player X-Men, and I beat it several. Like I every time I just go there to beat it.
Okay,
Yeah.
next time you're there, can you ask them how much like an arcade game costs, like in general, like a regular game? Because I don't know if they cost like a grand or like 10 grand. Like I have no clue.
I have no idea. Probably gently
Fuck.
used. Probably you can find one cheap.
I want
Shit.
my old
Okay.
arcade game.
Man, there's so
What
many.
about you? What about you, Calm?
Yeah, yeah.
Deadpool. Deadpool is my favorite.
Oh yeah,
He's my
Deadpool.
favorite.
Okay.
X. I see that. Yeah,
And then second would be Carnage. I've thought this out a lot.
Oh, Carnage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
Todd
not a
McFarlane.
superhero, so to say, but it's my favorite
Yeah,
villain at least.
Todd McFarlane did that whole Spider-Man run, like with Carnage, like when
Mhm.
Carnage was a thing. It's
Ooh.
so good. He's like a local Phoenix guy, so like
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. Like McFarlane's like his studios are here and all that shit. Nylog, go finish maths. I did 30%. Yeah, even if maths is at 10 stack at 30%, I'm not touching them.
So what about you?
What's your
No.
favorite superhero?
That ain't happening. Favorite superhero is too hard for me to just name one, but I'll say from like the more modern era, I'd have to. From older times growing up, like when I was around 10 or so, I'd say like Spawn. Like when Image came out,
yeah.
Okay.
when Image Comics first came out, and like all there's that huge exodus, like all of the talent from Marvel, so like Jim Lee, McFarlane, everyone else, they all left all at once and created Image Comics. Spawn #1, buying that is like a huge memory for me. And I also bought Jim Lee's like Wet Works because Jim Lee did X-Men for years, like all the best X-Men. And then like more modern ones, I've gotten more into like indie comics and stuff. I for capes, I'd have to say Invincible.
Okay.
Okay.
Because like that one I started buying off the rack at like issue #8, and I was just instantly hooked.
Yeah.
And I love, Robert Kirkman is just amazing, everything he does. But he's actually an old chess buddy of mine from growing up.
Ooh.
Yes,
Little name
yes.
drop.
Don't know. It's not like we're like besties or anything, but like I have his phone number. If I called him, I might get a call back. I'd say that. But like he grew up about 30 minutes away from me. He's a chess nerd as well, so yeah. It wasn't that shocking when he became a thing, but Invincible is a great comic. The show adaptation, like the animation the animated series is reasonable, like pretty reasonable, I think. I don't think it's bad at all, like most comic adaptations, but sorry, that was like 30-minute answer. I could have just said two things. But favorite modern comic would be Goon. The Goon.
I
The
think
Goon is fantastic. I would also put Chew up there if anybody likes comics. Chew is amazing. Razzle from Jeff Smith. Okay, I gotta stop. I'll just keep going. My bad. I have like 5 more in my head now. Fuck. Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
I have to scoot away, but
Okay.
thank you so much for having me, Alteron. Nice to learn about you. All right,
Mhm.
have fun, be
You
safe, everybody.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Keep an eye on the stream in case the things change.
Oh, yeah, you're 100% right.
I only remember because there was that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh.
And then I need to.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was an excellent question. Sorry for the 15-minute answer. Everyone else gave very reasonable time answers. Yeah. Buttercup, I would totally rock that. A hot dog man inspired costume.
Ooh.
I would wear that, even though I've gone like full Shroomie mode. Like I've been a Shroomie only for so long now. But if they had a hot dog man, like a hot dog hero costume, I'd rock it. Yeah. I would absolutely rock that.
Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it.
Excellent work, Calm. Look at that on the fly. Just look at that. It's all pristine looking and stuff. Calm on the fly. Rock it out.
It's not perfect. It needs to adjust some, but it'll do for now.
Oh, it's perfect. Look at it. It's perfect. Look what Calm can do. That's crazy. It's crazy. Love it. Chat, if you want to start like throwing questions in, By the time Calm's done with the rapid fires, like I'll start like saving the questions and stuff. But if you got questions for Alteron, now it feels like your name's like evil the way I'm saying it, like you're a villain. Alteron. Like,
I
it
just
didn't
sound
feel
like
that way.
just.
Didn't
I
feel
just
that way.
sound just. Just sounds like a GM almost.
Like a what? Like a what?
Like a DM.
Dungeon
DM.
Master.
Kind of here. Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
Alteron. Yeah, I don't know.
You sound
No.
like a BBG.
Alteron. Yeah, like we were talking about before the stream started. We were doing mic checks and shit. I was like, yeah, your name sounds like something that like He-Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in my head. So that's why I was trying to do like Alteron and fucking what was the bad guy's name? Skeletor. Yeah, that was like,
Yep.
what was the fucking bad guy's name in Smurfs?
Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gargamel. Sorry.
Yeah,
Gargamel.
that's it.
Gargamel. What the hell's Gilgamesh? Is that a thing?
Gilgamesh is
No.
fucking.
That's a different.
He's from like ancient Sumerian stories, legends.
So that's a real thing? Like, was it
Yeah.
like a fictional character or a real person?
Pretty sure he's fictional. He's like kind of like the original written adventurer superhero type thing, like
There's-
Odyssey.
Yeah, there's like different adaptations of that one.
Yeah, there's tons.
There's too many. There's too many.
Yeah, there's literal tons. But yeah, I think he was like one of the original written. I don't want to say superheroes, but like adventure Odyssey type thing
Okay.
from like Sumerian times.
You said Odyssey, so I was like, like Odysseus was what came to my mind when you were explaining it.
Yeah.
But okay.
Well,
Holy
I mean, well, since you said Odysseus, if you haven't heard, it's actually a nice little Spotify little listen to. Obviously, it's only musical aspect. The epic musical is actually pretty good with that one for the written book of Odysseus. That was actually pretty good.
Ooh,
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, that one's actually really good here with low imagination. Actually having out like the scenes, it actually plays out really good. They do actually have a thing on YouTube as well, like them throwing in like a skit version of it.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm
It's
adding.
about 2 hours. It's
I'm
about
adding-
2 hours long, but it's a good listen.
All right, now because you said that, I'm adding in a new thing. I'm adding 2 new questions to our
Okay.
rapid fire questions.
Well, I will get started at the top. I see those at the bottom.
Oh, I see some good questions in here already. All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's go.
Are you ready, Alteron?
Yes.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I would have to go with the John Wick series.
Okay.
Oh shit! They
Favorite
shouldn't have killed the fucking dog, man. A lot of people would have lived.
favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
What's your favorite musician or band?
I Prevail.
Oh, nice. Though I heard they're breaking up.
Yeah, there's
The singers.
been talk of that one. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I'm going on a tyrant or a tangent.
Oh no, this is good. See, I didn't know that. See, I want to know things like this. I didn't.
yeah,
know that.
there's I Prevail. There's why am I blank on their name here?
Blank
Take
Space
those
is
things.
by far the best cover by them ever made of any cover.
That's true.
If you haven't watched it or listened to it, look it up. Blank Space, I Prevail.
There's I like Shabuzi as well as an artist.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna give this I do actually like his music here. Actually, I recently started listening to it here though. I'm actually give him a shout out here. I actually work with him actually, but he does stuff on SoundCloud here for Casper. I do like his music.
What is it?
So it's Casper.
Casper? Like Casper spelled like
Yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just putting it in the chat. So, there we go. In case anybody wants to check it out. Favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian? I like John Panette.
Okay.
He's an older comedian.
Boxers or tidy whities?
I have to go with boxers.
Okay. Sunny Delight or orange soda?
Like Sunny Delight.
Nice. Root beer or Yoo-hoo?
I'm gonna have to go root beer.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'd have to go with pork steak.
Pork steak. Interesting. If you had unlimited money, what would be the first thing you buy, like after you get your, like, you know, your home, your car, that type of stuff out of the way, and every event in Legend of Mushrooms? What would be the next thing you buy?
Next thing I would buy. I would probably honestly go buy an arcade.
Hey, not a bad plan.
Shit.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, sorry, my bad. We've heard some good, like very, very good answers to that one. Like, what would you do with unlimited money? But buying an arcade, or like creating your own arcade, I'm shocked that this idea has never crossed my mind before.
But get back here, get back to the players.
I'll be damned. Those need to come back. Like, they kind of died, right? Like with the like real ass arcades were like such a huge thing in like the 80s and the 90s, and then like home consoles kind of killed them, and then like the malls died or still dying, and then like 8 mentioned, like the barcades have come back, and then like fucking Dave and Buster's has kind of like a monopoly. But to have like real arcades all over the place again, that could be done.
To be honest, we'll put it this way here. I do kind of miss the days of like the early 2000s when Dance Dance Revolution were like really big at that time.
Where's 8?
Those were
8 is like, I saw a video of her doing this like professional level. Like, it is insane.
What?
8's
I
not
haven't
here.
seen that.
It is
Those-
awesome.
those were the serious times here back when like you had two people going at it here on DDR and just having a whole group of people watch you. Those were the times during like the arcades and everything else.
Oh, see, I'm old, so like when I think of arcades, I just remember like the lines, like, there's like the line that, like of like college kids, high school kids, whatever, and then like little dipshits like me, like who were like 12 or 13. Like, winner stays at like Mortal Kombat 2 or Mortal Kombat 3. Those are my favorite days of the video games. But
Well, I used to miss my old arcade game for the Golden Axe. My brother actually used to have the actual arcade actually downstairs when we were much younger. That was the coolest thing ever. So I was like, I want this game again at some point. I want the whole entire arcade again.
yes, both of our real arcade game things have been highlighted now, because I have to own The Simpsons, I have to own Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I have to own X-Men at some point. All right, sorry. All right, that was my fault. I got us off track. Bring us back, Com. Bring us back.
Mac or PC?
I'll go with PC.
Android or iOS?
iOS.
Star Wars, Star Trek, or Lord
Star
of the
Wars.
Rings?
Oh wait, I can only choose. Oh, okay. That's not fair. I was like, okay, between those that was easier. We'll take
So
Lord of the
Star
Rings.
Wars, Star Trek, Star Wars. But now that Lord of the Rings is in the mix, you're
Yes.
saying Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Okay.
What's your favorite deli meat?
Deli meat. Let's be Black Forest ham.
Okay.
Oh, shit, that's specific too. I like it.
Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
NSYNC.
Oh, you were the first, I think.
Now I'm happy it's not here. So
Who's been your favorite Shroomie tournament partner?
My favorite, I really can't choose. It's been still a big shout out here to Calamity Jane and Rainmaker here, who've been my partners throughout every tournament here. I look forward every time I get to partner up with them. I can't choose. I'm
No.
sorry.
No,
That's fair.
you must pick one.
Would you consider yourself a weeb?
I could agree with that. Yeah.
So,
I like my tunes. I like everything else.
what would you say your favorite anime or manga would be?
For me, I would have to say I enjoy Bleach myself.
Okay. 1,000 Year Blood War goes hard.
Waiting for the final art. Waiting for it.
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Who's your favorite artist? Like a painter, sculptor?
I like Vincent Van Gogh's work.
Have you ever heard of the? It's like the shit. I can't remember it now. I just changed the order of the questions. By the way, Con.
I
Sorry.
see that.
It's like where you like walk through a place and like there's Van Gogh paintings all over the walls and the ceiling and like the floors even at certain points, and like the paintings are changing and they're kind of like moving. Why am I forgetting the name of it?
Oh,
I don't think I know that one.
It's a maze balls. Like I did it and it like blew my brain like head off, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. Van Gogh. Do you know what I'm talking about at all though, Alteron? No? Anyone?
I'm vaguely on it here.
Immersive Van Gogh. That's what it's called. Like
Hmm.
Google immersive Van Gogh and it's fucking nuts. You're just walking through like Starry Night. My favorite painting of his is the olive branches, but like everything that you can think of, and then many other things that you haven't seen before unless you're like a straight up art student or like whatever. You're just sitting in his fucking paintings. Like I got to live out an actual literal dream and played a game of chess in a Van Gogh painting. I was about to say his name's stupid, but I'm just gonna say Van Gogh. It's nuts. So like if you like Van Gogh, dude, find out if immersive Van Gogh is anywhere near you. I promise you it is super worth it. So sorry for that rant, but if anybody goes and sees that shit, you can thank me later. Maze ball. I apologize. Go ahead.
What is your favorite?
I would say
Oh, go ahead.
another artist, but I'll probably butcher their name. Is why it's the one who makes the Great Wave of Kananawa.
Oh. Yeah, I can't. I don't know how to say that guys.
I think it's Fukotse, I think. But I would probably butcher it. But yeah, I like that one. Probably as secondary.
At one point in my life, like every one of my like laptop covers, like the little plastic cases, I bought like 3 or 4 of the Wave ones, like off Amazon at some point, because it was like $4.99 if you bought 3, or like $10.99 if you bought 1, and I was like, all right. And so I like bought the extras. So for years, that was like the back of my laptop, but now it's not. It makes me sad. Yeah, it's just like a clear fucking. Sorry. My bad.
What's your favorite book
Favorite book?
or series?
I actually enjoyed the Goosebump series.
Holy shit!
What is?
Hell
is,
yeah!
Who's
R.L.
your?
Stein, dude.
Is R.L. Stein your favorite author, or do you have another one?
There's a few. I mean, author-wise, who's a bunch of them here. I did like the Christopher Paolini's like Aragon series as well.
Okay.
I
Bob
don't know that one,
Dylan.
but I have to ask.
Oh, go
So
ahead.
wait. Sorry, I have to ask because I never get to think about Goosebumps anymore. But did you read the Goosebumps book called The Beast about the roller coaster, or no?
I'm really remembering it. There's just been so many here.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I remember collecting the shit out of those when I was young. But the reason I ask is that the Beast, like that literal roller coaster, was at the closest amusement park to me growing up at the time, and so like
Oh,
riding.
really?
Yeah, it's at this place called Kings Island in Ohio. It's like around Cincinnati, which is kind of close to where I lived in Lexington, Kentucky. Kind of like hour and a
Okay.
half. But yeah, they like wrote a book about the fucking roller coaster. Like and it was good. I liked it. Like fifth grade Colin fucking loved that shit. Or sixth grade? I don't remember. Anyway, all right. Sorry. Get us back on track. My bad.
Bob Dylan or the Beatles?
We'll roll the Beatles.
Favorite Ninja Turtle?
Have to go with Leonardo.
Nice. Favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon. Let's see. Goodness. I'll have to go with. Man, there's so many good ones. I'll just have to go with the classic here for Charizard here.
Charizard, okay. If you could remove
Never
one...
the shiny one though.
Oh, shiny one? Of course. If you could remove...
Shiny one?
Oh,
Black,
what?
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shiny. It's
Yep.
black with like red accents, like red. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that was like the shiny or the mega, and then I remember that my mega is shiny in Pokemon Go. Sorry.
Good.
If you could remove one class from LOM, what would you pick?
Tamer.
So he was quick with that.
Instant, yeah. Just instant Tamer. Fuck Tamer. Tamer's dumb. Or fine or 30. Fuck Tamer.
Do you have a favorite sport?
Bowling.
Okay.
Yeah, bowling.
Do you have a
Right.
favorite
Huh?
athlete?
Favorite athlete.
Yeah.
I have to go with Larry Bird.
Favorite color?
Favorite color. They're consistent because they're both pretty much like my favorite one here, black and white.
Okay. You got a favorite candy?
Favorite candy. I have to go with the lemon heads.
Lemonades. You have a favorite cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Okay. What's your go-to snack?
Go to snack. Cheez-Its.
Come back later.
This one just says Rick and Morty ?
Yeah, Rick and Morty's good.
Excellent.
Are you more of a Rick or a Morty?
I'm kind of more of a Rick.
Fair enough. Simpsons?
Simpsons, yeah.
Who do you identify with the Simpsons?
The Simpsons. I'd probably have to go with probably Bart.
Bart. Okay. If you
I
had to
used to
oh,
identify.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I got something on that. My bad. When I was first watching The Simpsons growing up, I heavily identified with Bart. But now, unfortunately, when I watch The Simpsons, I heavily identify with Homer.
I thought you were going to say
I can hear you
Burns.
though.
Yeah, it's the saddest part, and this will happen to all of you someday. So you can do your fucking old man jokes however much you want while I raise my fist at the clouds, but it's gonna happen to all of you. I hope at least.
Hey man,
There will be a day where you realize that you're older than Homer Simpson, and it's gonna fuck you up.
Oh my god.
That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. You're gonna look up. You're gonna realize someday. You're gonna remember this fucking moment right here and go, "Oh fuck,
Nyla
I'm
was
older
right.
than Homer." Yeah, because he's like, depending on which episode, he's like 38 or 39. Like, because they say both in different spots, but like, pretty sure he's like 38 and a half or something. Because that's one of the jokes. He's like riding in his car, driving his car, and someone says on the radio like the average life expectancy for a male is 76 or 78 point whatever the fuck, and he's like, oh my god, I'm exactly halfway done with my life, and he like stops his car in the middle of traffic and just walks through oncoming traffic, and he's like, I'm only guaranteed 38 point whatever years, like his cars are whizzing by him. So yeah, it's gonna happen to all of you. Y'all watch out for that. It seems really far away, but it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Hey, if you put it this way here, I'm waiting for the time I can just say I'm as old as Google. I'm waiting for that comment.
Google?
Google came out in 1998.
Oh.
1998, so 27?
Yep, September 4th it came out. When Google was a thing.
I'm way older than Google. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Facts.
Google can suck it.
All right.
My bad. Sorry.
You good?
Oh, you're good.
It's gonna happen to all of you. It's gonna suck.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
The chat said this feels like a threat. Is this a threat? I feel threatened.
I'm like the least threatening person that's ever existed.
Not the way you said that.
Alteron!
Bruce is keeping track of the rants. Thank you, Bruce. If you had to lose one sense, which would it be?
I'd probably say hearing.
Hearing? Okay. Chess, checkers, or backgammon?
I have to go with. You know what? I'll take chess. 'Cause I really wouldn't mind getting better at it.
I know a guy.
Yeah, DM me anytime you want to make that a reality, just saying.
Left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
What's your favorite dipping sauce for your chicken nuggies or your popcorn chicken?
I have to go with honey mustard.
Okay. Cake or pie?
I'll have to go with pie.
What's your favorite type of pie?
I would have to go with key lime pie.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Flip-flops, Crocs, or sandals?
I'll have to go with sandals.
Where did your name come from? I saw somebody in the chat ask that earlier as well. And they specifically, like we talked about prior to the stream, they asked if it came from Monster Hunter.
I knew that was gonna be a question. I knew it was gonna be one. No, I've actually had this name probably since I was probably about maybe like 10. I've always liked the barbarian class and paladin and stuff like that. I was just randomly just thinking together a name. I was like, you know what, that's gonna stick with me for a while. I've used it for the majority of my stuff.
Alteron!
That's actually how he thought of it. He was just like that.
I can't remember.
I'll be honest. Most games I won't even play if I can't even have my name. I won't even play it.
I'm out.
I'm laughing only because I've lived through that phenomenon before, and I just try adding more I's. So like if I can't be N-I-I and then L-O-C, I try it with 3, and if that's taken, then I don't play the game. So yeah, like I get it 100%. Okay, I love it. That's great. And then I think it was Pombo. Yeah, Pombo. That was mentioning Alteron. Sounds kind of like a Transformers name, like what are the bad guys called? Decepticons or some shit?
Yeah.
Decepticons? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it could be a good guy too. Now I think about it. Alteron. But like if you say Alteron, it kind of sounds like a bad guy Transformer. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'll take
Not like
Transformer though.
Starscream. Not like Starscream or fucking. Anyway, sorry.
Do you have any special hidden talents?
Special hidden talents?
Yeah.
I think here. I mean, kind of be able to. I'm not sure if a talent really more or less that counts here. Just being ambidextrous, to be able to.
Yeah.
I can be left or right,
Okay. Yeah.
so I can pretty much do the same thing I can do right-handed I can left.
Okay,
That counts.
so let me
say
ask
that
you this,
is.
because as a fellow ambidextrous man, let me ask you this: what do you write with? Like if you're writing your name or you're writing a letter, like handwritten.
Well, I've always written right-handed,
Okay.
but the problem was what started it as trying to learn to do it out of the determination of it was because of when I fractured my left hand. I was like, wait a second, if I ever broke my right hand, I can't do any homework at all while I was in school or anything. So I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to write lefty just in case and
You were
everything else.
so committed to homework.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
it was.
I didn't want
Oh.
to have to go, I didn't want to go back and go redo it. In case I missed, I couldn't actually do the work. I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna still be able to do it. So in case I ever had to have makeup work, like, nope,
Smart.
we're doing it now. We're doing it now. I'm not doing makeup work.
That man's prepared for anything.
Holy fuck. So it wasn't the love of homework. It was like, I'm not doing that shit. So I'm gonna go out of my way to be able to write with both. Okay, I can
Yeah,
dig it.
like,
Now, do you throw a baseball, small ball? Do you throw that with the left or your right hand?
either or. It just all depends on if I was switching, depending on
So if
what
you're
the
going
batter
for, like,
was.
If you're going for speed, though, which one would be faster?
Definitely right-handed pitching.
Right. So that's a correlation I've noticed. Now I ask you this: you mentioned you love bowling. Do you bowl? This is a larger ball. Do you bowl with your right hand or your left hand? If you're going for like a perfect game, like if you have two of their final three strikes to get a perfect fucking game. You need one strike. You going with your right hand or your left hand?
It would have to be right-handed just to be more consistent.
Okay. See, okay.
Speaking of those, I do have 3 of those.
you have 3 perfect games. Holy
shit.
fuck! And he didn't mention this in the talents question, right?
No.
That's a perfect example. You have 3 perfect games. I guess it's not hidden. It's hidden.
It was hidden to us.
Yeah. I mean, that's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you do something once, it's like, hey, all right, but you do something twice, it proves that the first one wasn't a fluke, but you've done it thrice. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 900 points you got in 30 frames?
What Nylok's saying is you're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, you're kind of a big deal. Like, now I know if there's ever like a LOM bowling thing.
Bowling
I'm
Discord event. Gotta meet up with somebody.
I'm gonna be like, yo, Alteron. Yo.
Hey, I bowl Hey man, I like bowling here. I've been bowling since I was probably about 6.
Hell yeah. Okay. And the reason I asked about like writing versus throwing a smaller ball versus like, for me, I would normally ask basketball, but since you mentioned bowling, and that's where I switch it up, right? So I write left-handed, I throw a baseball left-handed, but I bat right-handed, I golf right-handed, I play basketball, I can dribble and shoot ambidextrously, but I favor the right hand. Like if, it's just stronger. And also that happened because of an injury. So, yeah. So I was just curious.
It's just one of those things where it's like I don't feel like being like held back for it. It's a difficult task. I'd rather still be able to do what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. That's understandable.
Get us back on track. My bad.
We only got a couple questions left on the list, and then we got a few in chat as well.
Yeah, I got a few.
So,
here. Yeah.
What's your favorite architectural style?
Architecture style? I do like more modern myself.
Modern? Okay. So like modern, like an Apple store modern, like fucking everything's white with like silver accents and then like that shit? Or modern like... I can't come up with another example.
Not like... I would use them as like a bad example type deal, like for their color. It's like I'm not like McDonald's, like corporate modern. Not like that. For example, not like that style. But
Like what then? Get like I'm trying to come up with more examples. I'm just failing miserably.
let's see.
Fuck.
An easy way. More like kind of more like take like kind of almost like the Sydney art type deal, like modern, more like that.
Oh, so like a fuck, what's that guy that did the I'm terrible with architecture. You know what? I don't even know why I'm asking about this. I don't know anything about architecture. That famous fucking architect that did that he did the building in LA that kind of it looks like almost like a crumpled up piece of paper but like more spiky. Like I can't even describe it. Fuck. Doesn't matter. I was literally about to type like Google famous architects, and I'm not even doing that. It's not worth it. We have a good question here from Big Boy Bruce from some time ago. If Marshall Sage was in a class, what would you select from the remaining classes?
I probably would have went Warbringer.
Okay, so you're staying warrior regardless. Okay.
Oh yeah, War all the way here. Just 99 strength. Let's go.
Okay.
Bruce also had another, his hard hidden
Hit-
ones. He
Hit us
said,
with it.
Has there ever been a time where you've been close to quitting the game?
Sadly, no.
That's not sad. That's good. What do you mean?
Yeah. That is
Well,
good.
Well, meaning like quitting, it's kind of like I mean, there's a point where it's like you feel like you can't progress, but there's always like not progress, but where like you feel like you hit a wall where it's like I don't really know if I can do anything much more. I'm kind of done. It's like no, the bar keeps going higher. There's always more to do.
I like that.
I mean, I know I said no to it earlier. I was removing it. I mean, I've debated about going tamer myself.
In this current meta, I think everybody's debating it.
Well, I'm at that.
Everyone's thought
Well,
about it. By this
I'm
point,
going-
yeah, everyone's thought about it.
well, it's because I'm jealous of their class skill. Is why specifically. Since I'm a sucker for wolves. Just because they get a wolf active is what irritates me, and I can't have that as Sage.
Let's see.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling back through chat now.
Same.
Buttercup's actually been to King's Island. That makes me so happy.
Mhm.
And no Pan Zin goes to King's Island all the time.
I might have been there when I was younger.
Man, I gotta message both of you crazy stories. Anyway, let's see. That feels like a threat. Okay, so I'm only now getting to when I was threatening everybody. You know about. Sorry.
So you admit it.
Okay, fine. That's fair. All right.
You're not
let's
on
see.
the 846 server, correct?
No, I'm not at all. I normally I play one character only. That's just
fair.
kind of more my
Yeah,
thing.
That's completely fair.
I
Even
didn't
though I do know there was someone on there who was pretending to be me though.
Yeah. Yeah, you messaged me about that specifically.
I was like, hold on, don't let them ruin my name here. That is not me.
I'm still kind of shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Like that, you've never really strongly considered quitting the game. Like that means that either all of the trolls you've had to deal with in cross server or in your own server, whatever, you just let it roll off your skin. It also means that like the group that you have is like a good group that you like, you get along with, like the people you play with every day. That's and like your frustration levels when things I don't know what the right way to word it is. When I mean that's kind of nuts. Now that I think about it, it's still like stuck in my head. Like, how could someone, a day one player, never consider really quitting? I don't know. Sorry, I'm still scrolling through chat. My bad. All right.
Okay. So this
what do you got?
question is going to be asked until it's brought up. Do you have any? I know you don't play a mage, but do you have any skill crit damage on your runes? On your enchants? Nope. See, all right. Well, we can just move on. Just ignore Akane, Snowy,
Well,
Morty.
why are you quoting that?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, unless like the only skill crit I'm ever gonna get is probably from the treasure dragon.
See, you know that's great. I mean, that's all any class really needs. You know. So just ignore them. Okay, well, Akane's question, not really for Alteron, but they asked, Nylok being a fellow prophet, I would like Nylok to ask Calm, how much skill crit damage do you have on your enchants? That's exactly what they said. And my answer is enough.
I don't need.
no. What?
Now Snowy's saying Nylok needs to know. I don't need to know. Maybe I already know.
They've been trolling me all day about it.
Who fucking cares?
It's a work in progress.
Yeah. So what if Calm's skill crit damage is a little low? His skill damage is not.
Yeah, so
So-
what if I only have 22% skill crit damage on my full
that's
mage
fine.
set?
It's fine.
It's enough.
Y'all a bunch of meanies.
Yeah, we were in voice chat earlier today, and they just were like, "We're not gonna stop until you admit it on stream." So there it is. Akane say, "Okay, but like."
why are they stuck on it? Akane and Snowy. Hi, Cryptid. I've seen you in chat, but hello.
Pretty sure Snowy stayed up till like what is it, like 3 a.m. right now just to say that to make me admit
Oh,
it.
God. Oh, so mean. So mean. Our lovely Snowy and Akane just trying to make Calm feel bad.
Savages. You should hear them in voice chat. They're getting farmed. Don't worry. They're getting farmed.
Snowy, I mean, let's be real here for a second. Your strongest account is Max's account, okay?
Whoa. Hey. We don't need to talk about anybody right now.
Yeah,
Anybody.
sorry. That's a lie. I don't know what I'm talking about. How many total skill draws do you all have?
Do you know that?
Ultron, I'm curious on your skill and pal gotcha.
How many do I have? Like skill tickets?
How many
No, like on the
total draws have you done on your gotcha machine thing?
Oh, shoot. Pop that up here.
Yeah, when people ask me that, I always have to look. I don't know that shit.
Yeah, that's like one number I don't pay attention to. Probably lower than what most might be here, but I have on the skill one like 543,000 and some change, and then pals I have like 517,000 and some change.
It's pretty solid. You've been keeping them pretty even.
Yeah, my pals are at 495k, and then my skills are at 864k.
Oh, you are right behind me on skills. I'm at 881.
881. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I knew I'd be behind you. There was a time where I felt like I was like right on your ass, like right there with you, but you shot ahead of me, and so it's all right.
Ever since the patch, I've been full sending it. Less than more average Morty said, what would you recommend on divining and setup for Sage? The options overwhelm him, so he's not sure what to concentrate on.
I would say as a sage, you're kind of more or less looking for, like, obviously, like, power res, you got block you need, regen's nice if you're going to be a stall, you need ignore, crit, crit counter, crit, ignore, counter, ignore combo for the other classes, and then you have like global HP as well, since majority of all our damage comes from HP here from like if you're using a B, depending for punch counter. But
so you're not like, yeah, like when it first came out, like the Pierce and like ignore Pierce and all that stuff. That's what I was kind of curious about. Like when it was brand new, I was like, am I gonna have to like go find ignore Pierce? Do I want Pierce? But it feels like not a lot of people are going super heavy on all that stuff.
I was more or less hoping that my screen didn't crash at all when I opened with that tab.
So are you a block fan? I know some sages are pretty high block fans.
I'm getting there if I got some decent rolls. It's just still trying to be. I'm kind of one of those more sage. I don't like switching like overall sets. I'd rather stay one set and just switch like a mount or like an artifact or two and call it good. Because there's too many variables to try and make something work for one specific attempt.
That's fair.
Besides, when I can straightly do it, when I just drop blitz and don't use blitz at all in an attack attempt.
I think it was Snowy. Was it Snowy? Yeah, Snowy's the one who loves block.
Yeah.
What other questions? Let me see. I think that anybody got any extra questions? I think we covered most of them from chat. Oop, shit.
I didn't see any others scrolling through that like needed to be like I really liked the question. Like if you couldn't play your current class, which one would you play? I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did add a few more questions to our rapid fire. Which should probably be titled something else now I think about it, because I never allow them to be rapid. So I don't know what we'll call them, but not rapid anymore. Yeah, questions. Yeah.
A side question would be just for the game, are they ever going to add an extra class development, like past, like obviously you have Martial Sage, what is there going to be a next class upgrade past that later on for other classes?
That would be great. I also would love to see pals and skills above pinks. Like, feels like they could do, yep, I would like that too, along the same lines. I feel like there's a lot of headroom for this game, but we don't really hear about much of it until it's like happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like going to happen, or like imminently happening. But there's a lot of headroom for growth on this game, like with things like that. Further evolution classes, that's a great one. There's just a lot of really cool ways this game could go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping they get like a paladin type doe class more than the sage. If they just call it paladin, I'll be content with it. Hey man, you give me a smite, I'm down. Just give me a smite.
I mean, when did they add Tamer class? Was that around like October? Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. I feel like it was around like our first or second sailing. So like maybe, so it was probably earlier than that. It was probably like August or September, I think, when it got added.
Mm-hmm.
It's been too long.
So that's
My
the thing,
memory
is,
doesn't
like,
work that well.
Well, I know it happened during our first sale because, well, or was that our second sale? No, that was our first sale. So like, and we started in July and 490 my original. So yeah, it couldn't have been that.
It's been
I don't know. But like they could come out with a whole new class. I don't know what the hell it would be. But think of how long it took Tamer to go from like, hey, that's a thing. Oh shit, I wish we didn't have to have pal crit and pal combo in all of our gear. Everything's fucked up now. oh great, hey, we can finally ignore 3 things we don't want, and then now Tamer
Well,
is there with Sage as top of the pile right now.
well, because of course too, you could pretty much make a hybrid class because eventually I could possibly see this because obviously since a kernel is like the highest you can go right now for gear wise here, depending on level and everything. The next thing would probably be if they were to add in instead of you getting 2 slots, which I know already rolling for your affixes is already kind of already troublesome enough as it is. If they allow you to have 3 after that for like rolling on your gear. So instead of your 2, like if you have just counter regen or crit counter here, what would be your third one be if you could actually have it on a piece? If they're gonna add that ever.
Ooh. I know what
That would be cool.
That would definitely make a more transition of a mix of like all the classes right there. That would definitely probably shift the meta.
Oh yeah. Stun, skill, crit, region. Let's go.
I'd probably not pick stun. I'd pick skill crit regen Counter Strike, just so I wouldn't have to worry as much about plumes when they eventually come back. We all know it's gonna fucking happen. We all know there's gonna be some fucking stupid artifact that's better than Panda Bow, and then plume's gonna be right back on top. Everybody knows this. No one's talking about it. It's obviously gonna happen at some point, and it's gonna fucking suck. It's gonna be
no
fucking
one's
terrible.
talking about it.
No one's fucking talking about it. It's fucking crazy. No, but it's just an inevitability. Like I've been, dreading. Like it has to happen where they get an artifact that's better than Panda Bow. Panda Bow works best for them than any other class. Sure, Warbringers tried it. It's effective. Like it can be used, but now they have a better option. So inevitably, Plume will have a better artifact. They're gonna hop up the ranks, and it's gonna suck even more ass to be a mage, and then yeah,
Oh.
it's gonna fucking suck. Just like when all of you turn older than Homer Simpson, it's gonna happen to all of you. I hope all of you, all of you.
Well,
Oh my
It's
god.
gonna
that's
suck.
where that is where the ignore combo is going to come into play from the divination tree. I've seen some pretty high ones where it's like that's a lot of ignore.
I've heard ignore combo isn't just awesome against plumes. That's what I've heard too. Ignore combo is something very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good
Oh,
against other combos.
Morty was correct. Another rant incoming. Okay, but I stopped it. It was short. Ignore regen, Artie. Bruce wants an 50% ignore 50% regen. That's a bit much.
That's scissors for. That's scissors. Practically.
Yeah,
Towards
you have
50%
scissors.
healing.
Yeah, you have scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Can I ask them? Can I ask $1 million question,
Yes.
Tom?
Yeah.
Alteron. Oh, sorry. Alteron.
Oh my god.
Who would you like to see on the Shroom Chronicles?
I like to see.
Yeah, who would you like to see on the Shroom Chronicles?
I'd like to throw it back. I like to see Calamity Jane on the Shroom Chronicles.
Oh,
Calamity Jane, eh?
Okay.
Jane. Okay, I can dig it. You want to do the last one? You want the last one?
You got it. Okay. Go ahead.
I think you just named one of them, Alteron, but do you have any shout-outs? It's shout-out time.
Shout out time. I'd like to, of course, give a shout out here to Calamity Jane, to Rainmaker here, to RQ201, to Snack, and to my long appointed rival who used to be with me here before all the merges. Sadly, he did quit playing. Was the bomb guy here? He was a lot of fun. And to what else? There's a whole bunch of names here. There's so many, but I'd say definitely to. Oops, that's a bunch. There are so many. pretty much all my Shroomie friends here throughout all my journeys here, and many more to come here throughout the cross server events.
Yes.
Nice. Let's see. Shout outs. Two shout outs for Palriz. Palriz, my family named Palriz, as well as my Shroomie partner, Rabs, the Hunter, the Law, Archbishop. I don't know what his name is. It's changing all the time. And
So true.
Buttercup, Snack. My partner's in the game in the two servers I play, and everybody that's watching, everybody that came and chatted with us and interacted with us, anyone that's watching afterwards, thank you so much. Join the Shroomie Chronicle Discord, please, if you haven't already. Passing it to the Calm Schizo.
Shout out to 1216, home server, 1215. One day we're going to get that merge. I believe it. Shout out to the LOM study group on Discord. What's up, guys? Nylock, you're there now. What's up, buddy? Shout out to Alteron for coming on. Thank you so much. Been a pleasure having you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Shout out to 846. Everybody in chat. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all help us keep this going. So please, everybody, while you're out there, like, comment, subscribe, join us on Discord, Shroom Chronicles. Hope to see y'all there. Hope to see you in the next one. Anything else before we head out, boys?
Nothing other. Oh, one last thing. Sorry. Alteron!